but there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. I looked around enough to know that you're the one I want to go through time with. If I had a box just for wishes and dreams that had never come true, the box would be empty except for the memory of how they were answered by you. But there never seems to be enough time to do the things you want to do once you find them. Looked around enough to know you're the one I want to go through time with.
Welcome to this exclusive presentation of live high school basketball coverage on the one to count on for today's local sports, KNIA and KRLS. Streaming at KNIA-KRLS.com and on the free KNIA KRLS app.
7 on the shot clock. Rick, deep three for the lead. Knocks it down! Bennett Brick with the triple! And the crowd explodes at Indianola High School.
Here is Hannah for another three. Splash down an HD three.
We'll get you ready for all of tonight's action with our keys to the game, starting lineups, colors of the game, and more.
And now DeVries racing ahead the other way, and a no-look pass to Josiah Voss. A highlight reel dime from Tyson DeVries.
Yeah, great vision there to get that ball to him.
Bourne looking for another three-pointer. It's good.
Reddick Bourne.
Bourne heat check. Step back, nothing but net. 6 3-pointers for Reddick Bourne. 35 points.
Warner drives the lane, kicks it out to Kennedy Van Vark for three.
There it is.
Yes! Kennedy Van Vark makes it a 2-possession game.
There it is. Great driving kick.
Now let's head to the gym for all the exciting action of South Central Iowa high school basketball on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, KNIA and KRLS.
High school basketball is on the air as we welcome you live to Pella Christian High School for a non-basketball matchup. Tonight it's the Pella Christian Eagles and the Van Meter Bulldogs. And this is the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Scooters Coffee in Pella, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. I'm Trevor Castle, the distinct pleasure for the first time in the 2023-2024 basketball season to work alongside Win Veenstra. Win, we've been doing this together off and on for more than 2 decades now, and I'm privileged to be by your side. And it's girls only tonight, right? Non-conference action, but it's nice to be playing a little high school basketball here in December.
Well, it's nice to see you again. We don't get to work together very often anymore, so it's nice to see you here, and hopefully we can have a good game to call for the people.
All right, again, girls only, JV game going right now, and the Pella Christian girls who were in a deep hole to start this game. What was it, 16-2 win?
16-2 when I walked in the door, and now they're ahead 34-26 with 5 minutes to go.
So a 32-10. You can't even really call it a run because it's lasted like 3 quarters. It's just been complete domination since a poor start, and the varsity game will follow. It's a 7:30 opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. As we look at the matchup win, Pella Christian comes in with a 1-4 record. Van Meter is 2-1. The Eagles won their season opener against Davis County. Then they've met a little resistance, lost 4 straight. Really had a chance to beat Oskaloosa last week. Were leading for a good portion of that game. Had a late lead, but just couldn't close it in the final minutes. You've seen them several times. I have not, but your early thoughts on a 1-4 PC start?
Well, I did not see the Bloomfield game in person. I did watch it on tape later on, and I mean, Bloomfield didn't have a lot of resistance to them, and they played pretty well. They played very confidently, and it showed in that, and they were able to make points. They played almost, I would say, equally as confident against Montezuma, but Montezuma was a better quality team, and they ended up losing that game. The PCM game was a rugby match, and they did not adjust to that at all, and they just basically wilted under the pressure and just got pretty much clobbered. The Oski game, that game was theirs, but they scored 2 points in the last 6 minutes of the game.
Yep.
And you get a 9-point lead and you only score 2 more points at that point. Even if the team isn't great, they're going to probably score enough points to beat you, and that's exactly what happened. They turned the ball over and just did not finish that game strong at all. So hopefully they learned from that mistake, and then this could be a game where maybe they could build some confidence back.
Fewer games for Van Meter, but it's actually been the flip where PC won its opener and hasn't won since. Van Meter lost its opener to ADM. They went up a couple of classes, lost 53-39 to the Tigers, but then they beat I-35 50-45 and then beat ACGC earlier this week 58-56. So Van Meter 2-1, Pella Christian is 1-4. This is our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show. We're going to take a time out here in just a moment. Then we'll come back and we'll talk about our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. We're also going to have a look at our opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. Again, that is coming up at 7:30. So we're about 25 minutes from that. As we do go to break, let's take a look at our game time temperature, which is presented by Van Haften Plumbing and Heating. And it has been a really nice day for December 7th. 52 degrees still here on Eagle Lane. And Wynn, you're saying might even bust out the old sticks tomorrow, huh?
Well, it's a possibility. I thought maybe we'd go today, but I didn't get any phone calls from the guys, and I'm not going to drive 20 miles and find nobody there. So maybe tomorrow.
I bet there would have been somebody there.
Well, there would have been, but, I'm kind of choosy who I play with.
Okay. So it's been a really nice little stretch here, but we know that Mother Nature and a real Iowa winter are on their way. If your home isn't staying comfortable during our cold Iowa winter, make sure to call on the heating and cooling experts at Van Haften Plumbing and Heating in Pella, because you'll always rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften.
We are live on 92.1 KRLS. This is Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa. Also on KRLS HD1, Knoxville, Pella. And we're live on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Glad to be with you this evening, both on KRLS and on Pella Christian YouTube. Let's take a timeout. We'll have more of our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show right after this timeout here on KRLS and Pella Christian YouTube.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day, he'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Transform your space with the vibrant colors of Pittsburgh paints. Now available at Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center in Pella. Elevate your home with premium quality paints that bring life to your walls. Whether you're refreshing a room or embarking on a full makeover, Pittsburgh Paints offers a wide range of hues to suit your style. Visit Gilchrist Jewett today and let their expert team assist you in selecting the perfect shade for your project. Unleash the power of color with Pittsburgh Paints at Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center in Pella.
You'll drive away happy with Pella Motors guarantee.
At Pella Motors, we won't be beat on price, period. So if you're looking for a great deal on a brand new Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, or Ram, and saving big money makes you happy, Pella Motors will not be beat on price, period.
You'll drive away happy with Pella Motors guarantee.
Caretha Rosendahl and her team at Norm Rosendahl Tiling and Septic believe that community support is what makes us great. And they're dedicated to supporting our local events, high school athletes, and fine arts students. So if you want to be a positive force in your community, support your local youth and special events. And if you need septic work done right, call Norm Rosendahl Tiling at 259-2651. Remember, supporting our local community is a key to making our communities a great place to raise our families. Choose Norm Rosendahl Tiling and Septic, and let's build a better community together.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year from all of us at Pella Cooperative Electric. Just a reminder, our office will be closed December 22nd, 25th, 29th, and January 1st to celebrate the holiday season. We will reopen on Tuesday, January 2nd. As always, our on-call staff is available to help you 24/7 in case of outages or emergencies. Looking out for you, our member owners, we are Pella Cooperative Electric.
As the end of the year approaches, it's a good time to reflect on the things we're thankful for.
At Pella Real Estate Services, we're thankful for you, our clients, and for a growing team of licensed agents.
I'm Stephen Patel, and my family and I are very involved with volunteering and spreading God's word through discipling others. I also help clients to learn about investing in residential and commercial real estate, and I am a licensed real estate agent.
If it's time to buy or sell your home, let any of our licensed agents share their talents with you.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pella Real Estate Services.
Welcome back inside of the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Trevor Castle and Wynn Veenstra getting you set for Pella Christian and Van Meter. Girls basketball, single game only. We won't have much to talk about tonight in terms of Strava's cellular instant radio updates. As we look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, we are the only basketball game not just on the air, but in the area tonight. A lot of wrestling going on. And actually, I misspoke. Pella girls are at Carlisle tonight, not on the air, because we're here, and Andrew Schneider is covering the Pella girls and boys wrestling matchups tonight against Newton. And that first score is in on a Strava Cellular Instant Radio update. The Pella girls wrestling team has defeated Newton 48-18. The boys are just getting started there. We've also, as I mentioned, got Pella girls basketball at Carlisle and several other wrestling meets around the area. So we'll take a look at those throughout the evening on our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. And, you know, because we can win, we might as well let people know how Iowa and Iowa State are doing. At last check, Iowa State 39, Iowa 24 at that matchup at Hilton Coliseum in Ames on another Strava Cellular Instant Radio update. All right, here, Pella Christian and Van Meter. Time for our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Tell me a little bit more about the Eagles win. What's the key to victory tonight?
Well, I think the big key is they've got to understand time and score. I think part of the reason why they didn't only score 2 points in the last 6 minutes of that game against Oski is they tried to take the air out of the ball. 9-point lead. They're thinking we're going to run this clock down to 5 seconds or so before we take a shot. They don't have the ball handling skills to do that. So they got to stay aggressive, keep the pedal to the metal, as it were. And if you run up the score to 15, 20-point lead, great. You know, that's what you want to do. So take care of the basketball and be aggressive through the whole game, I think, is a big key for Pella Christian.
And the Eagles are averaging 23 turnovers per game, right? That's way too many.
Yeah. I mean, if you can't get your turnovers down around 10 or 12 a game, you're not going to win very many.
You know, the game of basketball, you know, it sounds a little cliche, but often comes down to shooting as well, right? You gotta put that ball through that little hole, and Pella Christian's not done a great job of that. They're a 37% field goal shooting team and just a 27% three-point shooting team. So maybe that'll come around a little bit.
As bad as that is, that's better than it's been in the past. I mean, they've got 4 or 5 girls that can put the ball in the hole if left open, and so that's encouraging. They just got to maybe, again, recognize how to handle the basketball, move without the basketball, and then take your open shots when they're there. And because they can hit them, they just need to understand when and where to do it.
And you know, the other piece to me, Win, that fans need to understand, and us as broadcasters probably need to understand, this is a very, very young Pella Christian team, and they are kind of growing up before our eyes.
Yeah, you know, by necessity, you forced 3 freshmen into the varsity lineup right off the bat. You've got sophomores and juniors playing, only 1 senior, and she didn't play against Oski. So, you know, that makes a big difference if you just don't have that strength and or experience when you're playing some of these teams.
Van Meter, you know, they average 49 points per game, and nearly 80% of their scoring comes from 3 players. Finley Netton is a junior. She averages 15 points per game. Lydia Thumel is a 11-point per game scorer, and then Avery Banks, a freshman of their own, averages 11 points per game as well. So, you know, shorter week, just coming off a game, but you know, you've got to recognize who the scorers are and who the scorers aren't, right? And that's a big part of the game.
Yeah. Exactly. And, you know, Van Meter's young as well, so it could be a good matchup from that standpoint to see what kind of poise they have, especially playing in an away gym.
All right, that's our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game. Looking for a new career and a key to that new career? Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. This is our Scooters Coffee radio pregame show. Trevor Castle, Wynn Veenstra, live on Eagle Lane, live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. We'll have more pregame coverage when we come back right after this.
The wheels on the car go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the car go round and round at Central Tire and Auto.
How are the wheels on your car holding up? Central Tire and Auto in Pella is here to help if they're not going round and round quite like they should be. For tires, front end work, their no appointment oil change, and full mechanical work on your vehicle, stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella.
At Central Tire and Auto.
Accidents can strike when you least expect them. Whether it's a deer dashing out, a pesky parking lot collision, a red light fender bender, or even a surprise hailstorm, Langstride Auto Body is here to save the day. Their skilled experts will repair it all. From fallen tree branches to curbside mishaps downtown, they've got you covered. Drive with confidence and choose Langstrad Auto Body, where accidents meet their match.
Langstrad Auto Body, where you don't have to look for a quality repair.
Who's always open? Anytime Fitness. For the last 16 years, Anytime Fitness has been open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Our award-winning gym allows you to work out on your schedule. With state-of-the-art equipment, expert trainers, a welcoming community, and the convenience of around-the-clock access, you're sure to find a fitness home with us. It's your fitness, done your way, at Anytime Fitness in Pella.
Hi, this is Tim Tekurotenhuis, owner of Culver's Restaurant here in Pella. If you got someone on your holiday shopping list that loves Culver's, I've got a great deal for you. Stop in and pick up a $40 Culver's gift card, and I'll give you a Culver's value basket for free. As the name implies, the gift card makes a great gift, and you can keep the value basket for yourself or give that away too. It's up to you. Buy a $40 gift card and get a free value basket this holiday season at Culver's in Pella, where we're locally owned and involved in your community.
The Breast Care Program at Pella Regional Health Center has a team of medical professionals focused on prevention, diagnosis, treatment, and recovery for breast health issues. Our Breast Care Nurse Navigator connects patients to the tests, treatments, and resources they need throughout their care journey. Advanced imaging technology, coordinated cancer and breast reconstruction surgery, and personalized medical oncology treatment can all be done right here at Pella Regional Health Center. For more information, visit pellahealth.org.
CPAs are known for doing things by the numbers, but the accountants at Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel go beyond the numbers. They are committed to their clients to bring the best advice at competitive prices to ensure that you get the best service to meet your needs. They'll stand behind you in case you would ever need help, unlike most of the do-it-yourself tax services, with year-round advice for any life changes that may happen. And if you're unhappy with your current service, they are accepting new clients with a smooth and seamless transition.
Save time and gain peace of mind with Van Manen, Seastra, Meyer, and Nickel.
Grow strong with us. Lighten State Bank. Lighten State Bank.
Lighten State Bank has been helping customers grow financially strong since 1911. Our experts in deposit solutions, residential lending, and business banking would love to help you on your next step of your financial journey. Stop into one of our locations or visit us at lightenbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back inside of the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Trevor Castle and Win Veenstra live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. And the JV game is in the books, and Pella Christian kind of had to hold on at the end there, but they got the job done. 38-34, again down 14 points in the first half. And they build a double-digit lead of their own and then hold on to win 38-34. So congratulations to the PC JV girls. Now the varsity game is next. They've hit the floor, and we should be putting that ball in the air with the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply a little bit after 7:30. We've been on the air since 7, trying to make sure that we get our sponsors taken care of here as part of our coverage. And Win, one of the things that affords us is an opportunity just to talk about some other things, and one of them would be the boys. Last you and I were together on the air. We were at Wells Fargo Arena, and Tyson DeVries just barely, inches, if even inches, maybe an inch away from sending Pella Christian to a state championship game. That they made a great run into the semifinals last year. They bring so much talent back this season. Sky high expectations for the Eagles. They're off to a 3-0 start this year. And what do you think in the early going of what you've seen out of the PC boys?
Well, they got early season woes, as it were. They're still kind of, even though most of them are back from last year and have played together now for a year or two, all the way through the system. They're still filling each other out a little bit in the varsity game. Coach Boer's, philosophy is to go fast. They're going fast, but they haven't quite got to the point where they're not rushing. And when they play fast without rushing and handle the ball the way they're supposed to, they're pretty tough. They've got a lot of nice depth, and they're going to create a lot of matchup problems for a lot of teams. And that's been the case so far this year. They've been basically able to outlast teams with their depth because of the fact that they've got 10 or 12 guys that can really play. They've got 5 guys that can play the front line. They've got 5 guys that can play the back line, and so that makes it pretty tough.
Well, and you look at it, and they do have a lot of talent returning, but they lost some key contributors to last year's state tournament run, and so now they're a junior-heavy team. Those guys are seniors, but then it's that next wave, the sophomores that have become juniors now, trying to fill the role of the graduating seniors. And yes, they had the summer to do that, but it does take a little bit of time of playing real games against real opponents in real situations.
Yeah, exactly. And like I said, they're missing a couple of guys that graduated. Somewhat their ball handlers. Tyson DeVries is back, but Aiden's gone, so you lose a ball handler there, and that makes it a little bit tougher for them. But they're handling it pretty well. They're making some good strides. They've brought a couple guys in off the bench that have done a nice job backing people up out of that junior class. They're not real deep there, but Franzman's done a really nice job backing up Croyd. Croyd got hurt against Oski. Not sure what his status will be for tomorrow night, but Landon did a really nice job coming in, maybe playing a little bit better than Caden is right at the moment. So that's a nice thing. Deacon Brannerhorst comes off the bench and can shoot the 3 and handle the ball a little bit, so that takes a little pressure off the other guards, and it makes it a nice, well-rounded team.
Well, I'll get my first chance to see the Eagles tomorrow night. They head to the NPAC over in Norwalk to take on the Warriors. We'll be right here on 92.1 KRLS, girl-boy doubleheader. I'll be joined by Mike Effner, who's our Norwalk play-by-play guy. We'll be together on the call tomorrow night. But, win for my money right now, I think Norwalk and PC probably the 2 favorites in the Little Hawkeye Conference on the boys' side. DCG might have something to say about that as a young Pella team grows throughout the season. I think they can be dangerous at the end of the year, but I think the 2 most veteran complete teams in the Little Hawkeye Conference are Pella Christian and Norwalk.
Absolutely, and I felt like that was probably going to be the 2 teams in the Little Hawkeye that would be fighting it out. When we kind of like to look at the computer stats, and
sure,
when BC Moore came out early in the season, PC was losing only to 1 school, and that was DCG, and I thought, I'm not sure that's quite right. I think you're miscalculating, and they had PC beaten Norwalk by 10 or 12. Well, as of today, they only beat them by 1, so it's a toss-up at this point. So, and I'm not sure going to Norwalk that it should be that way. It probably should be Norwalk favored by 3 or 4.
Well, I saw the Warriors against Pella last week, and you and I got to sit through 4 years of Bowen-born, and this is year number 4 of Reddick-born, right? We're about sick and tired of that name. He will be the best player on the floor tomorrow night. He'll be the best player on the floor almost every game that he plays. But can PC's team do enough to beat Bourne and a good supporting cast?
Yeah, I like to think they can, because I think they can just keep throwing a lot of pressure at you. And again, if the tempo is to Pella Christian's liking, it's going to be difficult for them to stay up with that. If Croyd is healthy, you throw in that 6'9" guy in the post, and I mean that's going to create a real matchup problem for Norwalk as well.
That should be a fun one tomorrow night. Mike Effner and I will be at the NPAC in Norwalk for Pella Christian and the Warriors. If you can't make it out to the gym, you can listen right here tomorrow night on 92.1 KRLS. Tonight, we've got the Pella Christian girls against Van Meter. We're going to take a timeout. We'll come back and get you the starting lineups right after this on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Win winter with the Toro Power Clear Single Stage Snowblower that is loaded with power in a compact size. They are easily maneuverable and clear snow down to the pavement. Get your Power Clear at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment in Pella. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
Weather any storm with the Toro Flex Force electric snowblower that has the most powerful 60-volt battery in its class. Plus, you get the same rugged construction as Toro's gas-powered models. Get your Flex Force snowblower at DeRuyter Lawn Equipment. Toro, America's #1 snowblower brand.
At Lely, located here in Pella, would you believe that our elves are busy building robots that milk and feed cows? We enjoy giving the gift of robotic equipment to hardworking dairy producers year-round. Our robots allow more time for dairy producers to spend together. It's really the gift that keeps on giving. And by the way, isn't that what the holidays are all about? Lely's holiday challenge for you: slow down, appreciate life's gifts, and focus on the real reason for the season. Happy holidays from our family at Lely, Farming Innovators.
Thinking about a job at Vermeer? Our training team wants to set you up for success. Titus trains our new machining team members.
We teach every fundamental machining concept that's needed in order to be successful at Vermeer. So we build each team member up, start with all those, literally the decimal system and measuring tools and blueprints and everything that has to do with machining. Build that foundation for that team member to then be able to go out to the floor and be successful.
Start the search for your career at Vermeer by visiting vermeerjobs.com.
Hi, this is Steve Akers, sales manager at Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella. It's hard to believe we'll soon be closing out another year. So many things look different now, but one thing that has stayed the same is our commitment to serving you here at Ulrich Ford Lincoln. Our inventory is growing again, and we've added a lifetime powertrain warranty to most of our new and used vehicles. At Ulrich Ford Lincoln, we'll continue taking care of your vehicle needs. From sales to service to body shop, we are here for you. Come by Ulrich Ford Lincoln in Pella, where we are still taking care of you.
Does your child struggle with focusing, outbursts, or making friends? What about anxiety, trying new foods, or delayed coordination and motor skills? At Kinetic Edge, we know your child can be successful in all these areas. We offer pediatric, occupational therapy, and physical therapy, and we work one-on-one to help build those skills. Contact us today at kineticedgept.com or at 621-0230, and let's make this school year a success for you and your child.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee Fuel Savers now Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like Hy-Vee Fuel Savings, plus save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Hy-Vee Butter, Hy-Vee Perks price $2.98, bananas, Hy-Vee Perks price 39 cents a pound, and family-sized General Mills cereal, Hy-Vee Perks price just $3.99. Make the switch or sign up and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
The See First Holiday Loan Special is back. If you need a little extra help this time of year, you'll love this loan special. With a rate lower than most credit cards, no collateral requirements, and an easy online or in-branch application, you won't want to miss it. So come on, get your gifts wrapped and ready this season with a Community First personal loan. To apply, stop into any Community First credit union or apply online at c1stcu.com/holiday loan today. Some restrictions apply. Loans are subject to credit approval, equal housing opportunity.
Hey, Dad, where are my glue sticks?
I don't know. Check in the junk drawer.
Hey, Dad, I think that the TV remote needs some new batteries.
Okay. Did you check in the junk drawer? We all have that junk drawer at home that seems to have everything we need. And right now at US Cellular, you can get $830 off a new device when you trade in any smartphone in any condition. So check that junk drawer and find that old smartphone. Now is the time to trade it in for something new. Stop by Strawber Cellular for details.
Welcome back to the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show, live on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Time now for tonight's starting lineups. First for the Pella Christian Eagles, they will start Jessa DeVries, a freshman who's averaging 6.2 points per game. She's also averaging 2.5 assists per contest and 3.5 rebounds per game. Maggie Heinen gets the start as well, 5 points per game for Maggie. Then it's Faith Kakmarinsky, who is averaging 11 points per game for the Eagles. Karis Fickert, Wynn, I know you mentioned that you were concerned she might not be available for tonight's game because of an injury, but she's in the starting lineup, averaging 9 points and 5 rebounds per game. And then Rachel Kakmarinsky, another freshman for the Eagles, averaging 10 points per contest for PC. So DeVries, Heinen, Kakmarinsky, Fickert, and Kakmarinsky. What do you think about that starting lineup for PC?
Pretty much standard to what I thought we would have saw. That's what we saw the game with Eddyville, or PCM, but not with Eddyville, or not with Oski because Fickert was hurt. So, and they definitely missed her. Karis brings some nice height, not a lot of strength, but nice height, and a good standstill shooter. So, if you leave her open, if she drifts out to three-point land, she can hit that shot. So she kind of pulls her posts away from the basket a little bit, and if she hits a couple of those, so that makes a big difference, I think, in the lineup. It would have made a huge difference, I think, in the game against Oskaloosa.
All right, for Van Meter, Avery Banks, a freshman guard, averaging 10.7 points and a couple of assists per contest. Macy Heyer, another freshman, 9 points, 2 assists, 3 rebounds per game. Danielle Jones is a senior starter, doesn't score much, just a point per game, but she's in there. You know, she rebounds a little bit and does some of those other things for them. You look at Finley Netton, that is their leading scorer, the junior, averaging 15 points per game, also 3 assists and 3 rebounds per contest. And then Taya Speltz is a junior starter, averaging 1 point per game. And then Lydia Thumel, not starting. I'm not sure if she's out or maybe comes in, the sophomore, off the bench, but she averages 11 points per game. So if that's the case, nice spark plug to come in as your 6th or 7th player, scoring 11 a game.
Yeah, it may be the position that she plays that she replaces another high scorer. They might be kind of a post-heavy offense.
All right, for Pella Christian again, DeVries, Heinen, Kakmarinsky, Fickert, and Kakmarinsky. And for Van Meter, it's Banks, Heyer, Jones, Netton, and Speltz. Pella Christian is 1-4. Van Meter is 2-1. We're going to take our final time out here inside of the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. And when we come back, we should have the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply. It is Pella Christian and Van Meter non-conference girls basketball action coming your way on the Pella Christian YouTube channel and live on the one to count on for today's local sports coverage, 92.1 KRLS.
This is Kim at the Fairfield Inn & Suites in Oskaloosa, inviting you to come stay with us. We're a brand new facility that boasts state-of-the-art amenities coupled with the local charm of Oskaloosa. Our pool and fitness center is open to our guests, and free breakfast will start your day off right. Call and book with us today or use our Marriott Bonvoy app. We look forward to seeing you.
Hi, this is Dr. Tim Yoder, the Tri-County Veterinary Clinic veterinarian. If you're heading out of town for the holidays and your pet can't go along, have him boarded with us. He'll receive exercise 3 times a day, he'll be fed based on a schedule you set up, and he'll be given a nice bath the day before you take him home. To schedule a reservation, call Tri-County Veterinary Clinic at 628-4040, where your pet's good health is our #1 concern.
They're the veterinarians.
Yes, we are. We're the veterinarians.
They do take care of pets because they love them.
Hi, this is Randy DeVries with Centerpoint Electric in Pella. My wife Jody and I both grew up in the area, raised our family in the area, and we've been serving customers in the area since 2000. We're big supporters of activities at both Pella Christian and Pella Community Schools, and we're excited to be part of the live coverage of the Eagles and the Dutch here on KRLS. If you need electrical work done on your home or your business, we're here to help, and we're wired for excellence. Check us out online at centerpoint-electric.com.
Happy holidays from Washington State Bank. In this season of joy and thanks, we're taking a moment to express our gratitude to you, our wonderful community. Your trust and support as we have solidified our roots in Pella has always been and remains our cornerstone. Our commitment is to growing with you, celebrating success, and supporting each other through every challenge. From our Washington State Bank family to yours, we wish you a blessed holiday season filled with peace, joy, and prosperity.
Our holiday meat certificate and pie promotion is back again this year at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella. When you make any $500 purchase this holiday season, you'll get a free Pella Nursery pie and a beef certificate to one of the local meat markets. These free holiday trimmings are yours with any $500 purchase, whether it's appliances, furniture, bedding, accessories, or anything else in the store. Merry Christmas from the entire family at Bruxford's Home Center in Pella.
Randall Roofing is proud to sponsor the Raise the Roof moment of the game and support our local teams.
Pass ahead to Dane Geetings, missed it, and Caden Croyd throws it down for tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game, presented by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing.
When it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Find us on Facebook or visit randallroofs.com. Thinking new roof? Think Randall Roofing.
Prepare your vehicle for the upcoming winter weather with new tires from Raceway Tire and Exhaust. Now through December 15th, get up to $130 instant savings when you buy a set of 4 eligible tires. Get $70 when you purchase a set of eligible Bridgestone tires or $60 when you purchase a set of eligible Firestone tires. Get an additional $30 when you use your CFNA credit card. Plus save $30 off installation when you purchase a set of 4 eligible tires. Restrictions apply. See store for details. Subject to credit approval.
We got what you need to get you on the go.
Have you got a honey-do list that your honey can't do? Van Haften Plumbing and Heating, your Dave Lennox premier dealer, is here to help. If your list includes a bathtub or shower replacement, water line replacement, new kitchen sink, faucet repair or replacement, or a new furnace or air conditioner, Van Haften's is the place to call. Look up Van Haften Plumbing and Heating online in your favorite search engine and call today for a free estimate for your honey-do project. You'll rest easy when you pick up the phone and hear
Van Haften. Scooter's Coffee in Pella brings joy to every sip. Try the delectable sugar cookie latte or blender for a sweet treat. And don't forget the little ones in the back seat. Scooter's Kids Drink menu offers berry slush, cotton candy, or strawberry little smiley smoothies, along with chocolicious milk and sugar cookies. At Scooter's, they ensure the whole family enjoys a flavorful experience. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Salad's pasta now, pep up nachos, pizza, wow, you can pep up anything, pepperoni. Pep it up, it's the one and only. Pep it up, Hormel pepperoni.
And welcome back inside of the Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. In fact, that is a wrap on our Scooters Coffee Radio pregame show. Scooters Coffee and Pella, amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast. Trevor Castle and Wynn Veenstra are live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. Glad to be with you on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. This presentation is presented by KNIA KRLS Radio, and glad to be with you on 92.1 KRLS, powered by Bank Iowa. Let's let you listen in to the public address announcer for the PC starters.
At guard, 5'3" freshman, number 1, Justin DeVries. At guard, 5'9" junior, number 10, Becky Hyman. At guard, 5'6" junior, number 15, Faith Kaparinsky. At forward, 5'10" senior, number 22, Boris Speaker. And at forward, 5'10" freshman, number 35, Rachel Kaparinsky. Eagles are coached by head coach Brendan Cloudy. Assistants.
All right, all that's left now is to get the opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply, and we'll be underway. Pella Christian, the colors of the game. Eagles are wearing their white jerseys with the maroon lettering, maroon trim, as well as some gold trim as well. And for Van Meter, it is the royal blue jerseys with the white lettering and numerals. It's white, maroon, and gold for Pella Christian. Blue and white for Van Meter, tonight's colors of the game. And non-conference basketball is just a few seconds away. Rachel Kakmarinsky is in center circle against Danielle Jones. Danielle Jones. Daniel Jones is the quarterback for the New York Giants.
Could be. I didn't know anybody other than Pittsburgh played football.
Boy, they got one tonight. Not many people are looking forward to that. Couple of backup quarterbacks going head-to-head. All right, here we go. Kakmarinsky and, pardon me, this is Speltz for Van Meter. Ball is in the air, and we are underway. The opening tip presented by Dutch Mill Supply in Pella, your only locally owned lumberyard and building material supplier. Van Meter three-pointer is on the way, no good. And Pella Christian grabs the rebound. Heinen swinging the elbows to clear it out of the pack.
Nice job of coming down with it and keeping it moving. There's a nice pass to Rachel.
And Kakmarinsky from the left block banks it in, and PC dots the scoreboard first. 2-0. Pella Christian leads Van Meter here on KRLS. Van Meter basketball left to right. Pella Christian's gone man here to open the game. Top of the key. Left-hand dribble towards the elbow. Poked away by Kakmarinsky, but picked up by Van Meter. Bulldogs go to the free throw line. Cutter underneath the basket. Tough layup, no good. And it's rebounded by Faith Kak. Right to left for PC with a 2-0 lead. Just under a minute gone by. DeVries has it with a left-hand dribble. Now to the free throw line for Fickert, and she travels. I was just going to say, just kind of got bumped off her spot, and that threw her off her rhythm.
Yeah.
Pella Christian 2, Van Meter nothing, and the Eagles going a little full court pressure here, Win.
Yeah, they've been doing that some this year, and they've done a pretty good job after the first game of getting back.
Here's Banks, a freshman, right-handed dribble for Van Meter, crosses over to her left with Fickert guarding her. Top of the key three is on the way, no good. Long rebound pops out, and it's controlled by Heyer for the Bulldogs. Now Jones scoops it up, left hand from the left side, no good. Rebound by Kakmarinsky, stolen away. Jones with the left hand, good. Pardon me, Banks, Avery Banks for 2. So the Eagles turn it over. We're tied at 2. Now a drive inside. Heinen can't get it to go. Kakmarinsky fighting for the rebound. A held ball. Possession arrow is with Pella Christian on the team rebound. 2-2 game, 6:24 to go in the opening quarter.
Well, good pace so far with that costly turnover that cost Pella Christian the 2 points a little while ago.
Here's a jump shot from 10 feet, no good. Rebounded by Van Meter. That's Finley Netton, their leading scorer at 15 points a game. She races the other way, splits a double team and lays it in coast to coast. Finley Netton gives Van Meter a 4-2 advantage, and then she almost comes up with a steal on a full court length pass by PC. It's knocked out of bounds, stays with the Eagles.
Yeah, I thought she traveled on that layup, but they didn't call because of the traffic. I think the refs couldn't see it.
Pella Christian trailing Van Meter 4-2. DeVries has the ball with a left-hand dribble up around her hip, passes it off to Heinen, and her pass is tipped away. Actually, just kind of had it poked away from behind. PC's third turnover of the game, and now Netton blocked and rebounded by Heinen for Pella Christian. Here comes Faith Kakmarinsky, blows by 2 defenders all the way in and lays it in. Faith Kakmarinsky with tonight's drive to the basket, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design. Win, she had her eyes on the prize the whole way.
Yeah, just never let up. Full speed into the body of the defender and laid it up off the glass with her left hand. Nice shot.
Faith Kakmarinsky, tonight's drive to the basket, presented by Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center. All your hardware, plumbing, and interior design solutions are just a short drive away at Gilchrist Jewett Hardware and Design Center in Pella. The layup tied the game at 4 with 5:26 to go in the first quarter. Van Meter has the ball from left to right. 5:22 remaining, 15 to shoot. Netton on cue, fires a 3, no good. Rebound, there's 3 white jerseys there, and it's Heinen coming out with her third board for PC. And now Kakmarinsky again racing ahead, fires it out to DeVries. Thought about the 3, shot fake and a drive, bounce pass to Faith, dangerous pass, stolen away by Heyer, and PC has turned it over 4 times. The Bulldogs have not turned it over yet.
Yeah, that was just a bad idea because the defender's going to move.
Banks' shot was partially blocked, got her own rebound, and fires it out to Heyer. Top of the key 3, Van Meter 7, PC 4.
Got to recognize when you get your opportunities to take the ball away, you got to do it.
And now Kakmarinsky's pass tipped, not stolen though. Drives and kicks. Here's a 3. Boom! Karis Fickert! The left-handed shot from the right corner. We're tied at 7.
Well, again, she's a great stand-up shooter, and she showed it there. Just nobody guarded her out there.
And now the Eagles try to bring a quick double team as Banks gets across the half-court line, but she gets bumped by Heinen. First foul is called, and with 4:25 remaining in the first quarter, we're tied 7-7.
They bring in Vanderenonk now to give Heinen just a little rest. She's earned it.
4:25 to go in the first quarter, tied at 7, and Netton is able to trigger it into the backcourt for Banks. Left to right in royal blue and white for Van Meter, and for those of you watching on the Pella Christian YouTube channel, the Bulldogs from right to left. And here's a left elbow pass down to the baseline, controlled by Heyer, and then her pass thrown away. The first turnover of the night for Van Meter comes halfway through the first quarter.
Yeah, just threw it completely away. Didn't get on the same page with the girl she was trying to throw the ball to.
And it's Kakmarinsky to trigger it into older sis Faith. 2-2-1 pressure out of Van Meter, and they break that. Fickert has it in the left corner, has a dribble.
Yeah.
No, she didn't have a dribble.
No, she dribbled it when they threw the ball to her. She batted it, and then she dribbled it after that, so that's what got her in trouble.
So a double dribble called on Pella Christian's Karis Fickert. 5 Eagle turnovers. They're on more than a 1 turnover a minute pace, but they're tied at 7 with 3:50 to go in the first quarter. Here's Netton, left-hand dribble on the smaller DeVries, drives by her, puts up a tough left-hand shot that won't go. Rebound batted around and eventually controlled by Van Arendonk for the Eagles. Kakmarinski ahead to Fickard, who wasn't looking, can't quite save it, and another PC turnover.
Yeah, back to that ball handling thing. That's 2 times down the floor. They threw the long pass to Carr. She's open, but she's got to catch the ball.
Well, she wasn't looking for the ball that time. That was the problem
but
there.
But the time before she was, and had to bobble it.
Now a drive for Van Meter. They're really trying to attack the basket. Shot no good. Rebound bounced around, controlled by Bailey Berkeley, who's just into the game. Now Netton for 3 off the back of the rim. No. Rebound bounced around and controlled by Rachel Kack. 3:13 to go. First quarter, tied at 7. DeVries, tough, just rips a pass into Van Arendonk. And all the Eagles working around the perimeter. DeVries in the right corner. Drives into a double team out to Kakmarinski. Right-hand dribble. Crosses over to her left. Nice bounce pass down out of the low block. And a layup for Van Arendonk. Gives PC a 9-7 lead.
Yeah, that was great find there and good bounce pass. And Addie was all set up, ready to shoot when she caught it.
2:48 to go in the first quarter. Pella Christian 9. Van Meter 7. Netton gets it inside. Berkeley. Tough shot. Good. We're tied at 9.
Good defensive position, but nothing you can do other than foul her there unless you can out-jump her, and that wasn't the case.
2:33 to go in the first quarter, 9-9 game. Van Arendonk was open underneath the basket, but PC couldn't get it to her. Now Fickard gets her shot blocked, and then she comes down with the ball. That's a tie-up, and that is a held ball over to Van Meter on the jump ball. So a block shot, and the ball to Van Meter. You give him a turnover there, Wayne?
I give him a turnover because,
that's a basically forced the held ball, which turns it over.
Yeah.
That's
Turn the
7 on PC. Yeah. Van Meter from left to right in a 9-9 game. And there's Netton working her way, weaving through defenders on the baseline to get the bucket. And then on the inbounds pass, Van Meter gets a steal. Ball knocked out of bounds. It stays with Pella Christian and win. 8 turnovers in less than 6 minutes for Pella Christian.
Yeah, it just and that last one was terrible. You can't just throw the ball away.
Just blindly threw it in, yeah. And now a double team. Pella Christian will get a Pella Motors timeout. Brendan Foudy, the first-year head coach, realizing the Eagles were in a little trouble in the backcourt. Pella Motors, well, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Bulldogs 11, Eagles 9, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. This has been a back-and-forth game. Neither team has led by more than a possession so far.
No, it's a close game, which we kind of expected it to be a close game. Pella Christian's probably pretty lucky with all the turnovers they've got to be this close to them.
Van Meter 11, Pella Christian 9, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Yeah, that's one just absolutely eye-popping stat right now. Pella Christian 8 turnovers, Van Meter 1 turnover, and part of it is when the Eagles don't turn it over, they're scoring.
Yeah, when they're able to pass the ball efficiently and wait for somebody to get open in that lane area, and they've been able to make some nice left-handed layups.
150 and counting here in the first quarter. 11-9 Bulldogs. DeVries drives into 3 defenders, passes out of it to Fickert on the left baseline. Kakmarinski inside, and Van Arendonk gets fouled on the floor. That is just the first Van Meter foul of the ball game with 1:41 remaining. Foul is called on Finley Netton. Inbounding from underneath their own offensive basket. It's bounced into Van Arendonk. Into the corner. Faith Kack for 3. Oh, rattles out, no good. And the rebound is controlled by Berkeley for Van Meter. 11-9. Van Meter with the advantage with 1.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Free throw line for Netton. Fires it into the corner. Higher. Now Berkeley looking inside. It's not there. Back out to Netton. She's got 4 points. Into the right corner, trying to get a post-up move. Good defense by PC to force a tough shot. Offensive rebound, kick out 3, too strong, no good. Another offensive rebound for the Bulldogs, and then it's just ripped away by Pella Christian and then given right back on a double dribble.
Just cannot continue to make those turnovers. You get Van Meter to make one, and then you turn right around and make another one right back.
Van Meter 11, Pella Christian 9, 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And Van Meter has the ball. A couple of substitutions in and out for both teams. Natalie Marzen just checking in for Van Meter. Rachel Kakmarinski, DeVries, We're seeing Chloe Snyder for the first time tonight, Faith Kack, and Maggie Heinen. 11-9 Van Meter, 1 minute to go first quarter. Ball controlled by Heyer. Up to Banks at the top of the key, crossover dribble. Pass into the corner. Now Heyer up top, finds Netton. It was poked away from her. She reclaims her dribble, passes it inside, loose ball, nearly turned over. Heyer for three, too strong, no good. Weak side offensive rebound, back up, no good by Danielle Jones, but she draws a Pella Christian foul on Maggie Heinen, which is the team's second, but Maggie has both of them, and it's free throws coming up for Jones.
Well, 6 offensive rebounds so far in this quarter for Van Meter. Pella Christian's got to do a better job of being one and done.
Boy, kind of shocking win. 6 offensive rebounds given up, 9 turnovers, and you're only down a bucket.
Yeah.
11-9 Van Meter.
But Van Meter's only made 5 baskets out of I've got him for 18 tries.
The free throw hit the heel of the rim, popped up in the air, hit the support, and so that instantly kills the ball. Bit of a tough break there for Jones. It's no good. Pella Christian basketball. And Banks just takes it right away from DeVries. It leads to a Netton three. No good. And the Eagles clear the glass. Van Arendonk grabs her second board. Pella Christian can basically hold for one final shot if they want to. There's a 1 second differential. And DeVries, Coach Foudy is saying just that. 10 seconds, it's even less than a second differential. Down to 6 seconds. DeVries drove inside, lost the ball. Turnover number 11 on Pella Christian, and Van Meter won't get a final shot. That'll take us to the end of the first quarter. With the score, Van Meter 11, Pella Christian 9, live inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth on the Pella Christian YouTube channel and 92.1 KRLS.
A beautiful brick walk featuring a winding canal, working drawbridge, and a classic old world atmosphere. The Pella community features wonderful Dutch architecture all around town. But there's one place in downtown Pella that takes you right into the heart of Amsterdam. Welcome to the Molengraat, home of Pella's finest lodging at the Amsterdam Hotel, dining at Liberty Street Kitchen and Oriental Express, beautiful U Salon, Pella Nail Salon, Pella Window and Door Showroom, and many service businesses. And even taking a movie at Pella Cinemas. Good luck with our local sports teams from the Molengraat in Pella.
Who's always open? Anytime Fitness. For the last 16 years, Anytime Fitness has been open 24 hours a day, every day of the year. Our award-winning gym allows you to work out on your schedule. With state-of-the-art equipment, expert trainers, a welcoming community, and the convenience of around-the-clock access, you're sure to find a fitness home with us. It's your fitness, done your way, at Anytime Fitness in Pella.
Welcome inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. We're live on the Pella Christian YouTube channel and the one to count on for today's news and local sports coverage, 92.1 KRLS. Van Meter 11, Pella Christian 9. Eagles with the basketball to start the second quarter. And a pass down into the post is poked away by Van Meter. Kakmarinsky comes away with it. Here's Faith Kack, kicks it out. And controlled with a right-hand dribble by Snyder. Working it back inside. Up and under Van Arendonk through 2 defenders. Off glass a little too strong. Rebound Kack. DeVries for 3. Boom! Jessa DeVries after the offensive rebound by Kakmarinsky. And the kick out and the three-pointer. Tonight's raise the roof moment of the game. Win the crowd to their feet and the Eagles a 12-11 lead.
Yeah.
And a missed shot and a rebound by Van Arendonk. Tonight's Raise the Roof moment of the game brought to you by Randall Roofing. When the moment arises and it's time for a new roof, think Randall Roofing. Here's DeVries, top of the key. Faith Kack for 3. Just short, no good. Rebound out of bounds off of Pella Christian. It'll be Van Meter ball.
Well, you know, when they made the play down the court there, Addie was wide open under the basket, got the ball, didn't turn around and look, and she could have had a layup, but she passed it back out. Faith took the 3 and didn't make it.
12-11, Pella Christian by 1. 6:53 remaining in the second quarter, and an errant pass by Van Meter is stolen by Snyder and the Eagles. Faith Kack pass it off to Rachel. Now inside to Faith, and it was tipped away, but a foul is called on Speltz of Van Meter. On the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, there's only one other basketball game tonight. Pella at Carlisle this evening, and we have not gotten an update on that girls basketball contest. In girls wrestling tonight, Pella girls 48, Newton 18, a final score on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. 6:38 to go here in the second quarter. The Pella Christian girls lead Van Meter 12-11. Faith Kakmarinski drives, picks up her dribble, passes it off to DeVries in the right corner. Now it's Rachel Kak, snap pass inside to Van Arendonk, out to Fickert, driving through that 2-3 zone defense by the Bulldogs. Kakmarinski passes it out to Fickert. Rachel passed up a wide open 12-foot jumper. Now she hands it off to Faith Kak, down to 10 to shoot. Right to left for the Eagles with Kakmarinski dribbling into a double team. It's knocked away. 4 seconds to shoot. Fickert for 3. Air ball out of bounds. Van Meter basketball. Win. When you're open, shoot the ball.
Yeah, they had 2 or 3 times where they were open on that left side. Didn't turn their back. They had their backs to the basket. Didn't realize if they just turned, they were wide open.
12-11, Pella Christian leads with 6:05 to go in the second quarter.
Full court pressure here, so trying to turn up the heat to get a steal. It worked on the last time.
And it's Netton into the front court with Faith Kak defending. Right-hand dribble by Netton, gets a screen. Nice switch by the Eagles and Van Arendonk to cut off Netton at the pass. And now trying to hit a cutting net, and it's tipped by Rachel Kakmarinski and into the backcourt, and over and back called. It sure looked like Kakmarinski's the one that poked it into the backcourt.
She tipped it towards the backcourt, but the ball didn't make it to the backcourt, and then the
Let's check the replay here.
Touched the ball while she was in the backcourt, and the ball was still in the forecourt.
Absolutely right, Win. Yeah, great analysis there. Spot on, and a good call by the officials, despite what the Van Meter crowd thought of it. Tip pass out of bounds. It'll stay with PC with 5:40 remaining in the first half. Got our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show coming up. We'll give you our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. Take a look at our first half stats as we go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber. Pella Christian leads by 1. Van Arendonk at the top of the key. Fires it left side to Faith Kakmarinski. She's guarded by Heyer. Now to DeVries, right-hand dribble by Netton. Bounce pass into the corner. Fickert for 3. That's too strong, but it's rebounded by Van Arendonk. So the Eagles will get another chance. Van Arendonk underneath the bucket, out to Fickert. Picks up her dribble, looking for some help, and now resets with DeVries with 5:09 to go here in the second quarter. Faith Kak into the corner for Rachel. Post up Faith. Nice little give and go with the bump. Faith the bucket and an and-one opportunity. It's 14-11 PC.
Well, she did everything right there after the give and go there. She got her body in a position where she got the defender behind her, used her left hand to put it off the glass, drew the foul.
Foul is called on Macy Heyer, 3rd foul on the team. And Pella Christian's had Van Meter stuck at 11 for quite some time. It was 11-9 with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Not like PC's put up a bunch of points, but they're on a little 5-0 run. And that's taken 5 minutes off the clock. And the free throw by Kakmarinski is good, and Pella Christian has its largest lead of the game, and the first time that either team has led by more than one possession. 15-11, Pella Christian, 5 minutes to go, second quarter.
And the full court pressure still applied, so got to stop the ball, though.
There's a drive and a left-handed flip shot, no good. Offensive rebound for Netton, and another opportunity for the Bulldogs. A 3 is on the way, good. Second chance bucket on the 3 ball by Berkeley, and we're tied, or pardon me, PC 15, Van Meter 14.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. No offensive rebounds in this quarter until then, and then they get a basket out of it.
There was a tip pass out on the perimeter, and then it slips through Van Arendonk's hands. Pella Christian, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, turned it over 11 times in the first quarter, only trailed by a bucket. That is their first turnover 3.5 minutes into the second quarter, and they have a 15-14 lead, in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Van Meter trying to reclaim the lead, down by 1 with Netton on the right wing, drives around Kakmarinski, gets near the rim. Her left-handed shot is no good. She's been too strong all night. Kakmarinski the rebound. That was Rachel. Now it's Faith pushing it ahead. Dangerous pass that DeVries hauls in. She whips it cross court for Fickert. Left-hand dribble onto the left baseline. Now circles back out to the wing. Kakmarinsky inside to Van Arendonk. Back out to Fickert. Pass to Kakmarinsky, nearly stolen by Banks, but knocked out of bounds. Will stay with the Eagles halfway through the second quarter. Pella Christian by 1.
Yeah, just getting the ball in the post, but it's like the post players don't have any idea what they want to do with it when they get it there.
Pella Christian 15, Van Meter 14. 3:53 and counting in the first half. Kakmarinsky crossover dribble on Banks. Bounce pass to DeVries. Drives inside. Puts up a left-hand shot. Gets bumped to the floor. Bucket doesn't go, but Jess is going to the free throw line. She made a three-pointer earlier in this quarter, trying to add a couple of points here to a 1-point Pella Christian lead.
Yeah, did a nice job of realizing what she wanted to do there and going after the basket.
Fouls on Finley Netton, their leading scorer, her second foul. And the first free throw is good. That makes it 16-14. Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update at the half. The Carlisle girls lead Pella 37-35. So a good ball game over in Warren County. Second free throw is good by DeVries. And it's now 17-14. Pella Christian leads by 3. Van Meter with the ball from left to right in the hands of the freshman Banks. Dribble handoff to Marzen, stolen away. Kakmarinsky with 3 defenders giving chase, lets them all sail by and lays it in.
Well, there's times when you go up strong and there's times when you just stop, and she did the right thing there. Let them all fly by.
19-14, Pella Christian with its largest lead. And on the other end, Van Meter, layup no good. Rebounded by Rachel Kakmarinsky. So Pella Christian a chance to add to a 5-point lead with 3 and change to go in the first half. Lazy pass stolen away. Got to pass with a little more conviction than that one.
Well, and have a little more room. I mean, that defender was standing there. You could see her. You got to know that she's going to go after it.
Banks circling around at the free throw line. Pass it back out to Heyer. Banks, who's hit 1-3 in this game. Pardon me, she's got 1-2 in this game. Thought about a 3, but didn't pull the trigger. And now we get a Pella Motors timeout called by Van Meter. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Another Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. In boys wrestling, Pella 58, Newton 18. So it's a sweep for the Dutch over the Cardinals. The Pella girls win. As we look at our Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, the Pella girls are victorious by a final of 48-18. And the Pella boys are victorious by a final of 58-18. And in girls basketball, Carlisle leads Pella at the half 37-35. Our score is Pella Christian 19, Van Meter 14 with a couple minutes left here in the second quarter on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Marion County's financial leader is Marion County Bank with offices in Pella, Knoxville, and Melcher Dallas. They're serving you and building community across the county. Well, we've certainly had some struggles holding on to the basketball, particularly in the first quarter win, but Pella Christian, 5-point lead, their largest of the night.
Well, they're shooting the ball really, really well. They shot 80% in the first quarter, so that helped a lot, and they're not quite as hot in this quarter, but they've still only missed 4 shots in this quarter, so they're not, and have scored some 4 baskets as well, so they're at 50% for this quarter. That's pretty good shooting.
Pella Christian trying to snap a 4-game losing streak. They won their season opener against Davis County, and they haven't gotten back in the win column since then. Van Meter started with a loss. They've won 2 straight. They're 2-1. And Pella Christian trying to send them home with a 500 record. 19-14 Eagles, 2:35 to go in the second quarter. 3-pointer on the way by Banks is too strong. Kakmarinsky was well positioned on the weak side for the rebound, had it knocked out of her hands, and so it's Eagles ball on the team rebound. PC doing a really nice job on the boards, kind of controlling the glass, and a 5-point lead. Here's Faith Kakmarinsky into the front court, right to left for Pella Christian in white, maroon, and gold. Van Meter in blue and white. Kakmarinsky drives and kicks to Rachel on the left side. Now DeVries has it at the top of the key. Left-hand dribble to the left elbow, picks it up, pass it back out to Faith, drives to the free throw line. Left-hand dribble for Faith, lobs it inside for Van Arendonk, gets bumped underneath the bucket, and she's going to the free throw line for 2 shots.
Yeah, that was a great executed play that time. A little bit more height on the pass and maybe a little earlier, and Addie gets a layup without the foul, but she went up nice and strong with the good movement. Got the foul, has to make a couple baskets here.
Danielle Jones is the culprit. That's her first foul. Pella Christian has made all 3 of its free throw attempts. Faith Kakmarinsky to pay off an and 1, and Jessa DeVries just a moment ago made 2 of 2. Now the first free throw there is well too strong by Van Arendonk. No good. Maggie Heinen with 2 fouls. The only 2 Eagle fouls is back into the game for Fickert. And the second free throw also too strong, no good, and the defensive rebound cleaned out by Speltz. Van Meter ball down by 5. We're at the 2-minute mark of the first half. Here's a 3 ball from Heyer. Way too strong for an air ball, and Heinen grabs the board on the weak side. She's got 4 rebounds. Van Arendonk has 4 rebounds. Rachel Kack has 4 rebounds. Pella Christian's done a nice job on the boards tonight. 1:43 to go, first half. Eagle lead and ball. DeVries looking to corner for Kakmarinsky. Drives on the right baseline. Dumps it inside for Rachel. Shot no good. Rebounded by Speltz.
Yeah, Rachel's going to make that shot most of the time, but this time it was just a little hard off the back iron.
Van Meter pushing. Player fell down, so a turnover by the Bulldogs. And the Eagles almost give it right back, but Rachel Kack comes out of the pile. They push it ahead. Dangerous pass. Knocked out of bounds by Van Meter.
Yeah, they're fortunate there. I actually thought Maggie touched it last, but the officials said no.
Decent idea, but that is just a long pass to throw.
I mean, and even if the girl's quite a ways away, with that long a pass, she's got lots of time to make it up, and the sideline's right there. She's got no chance of getting it any other way.
1:15 to go in the first half. Pella Christian with a 19-14 lead. Free throw line jumper. Rachel Kakmarinsky too strong. Tips her own rebound, and it comes out to Van Arendonk. She's got a game-high 5 boards, and Pella Christian a fresh 35. Trying to lob it inside, but it's stolen away. A little too late on that pass to Van Arendonk. So here comes Van Meter down by 5 with 50 seconds to go in the first half. Top of the key controlled by Banks. Left-hand dribble. Eagles switch with Heinen. Shot is up, no good. Rachel Kakmarinsky grabs her 5th rebound. Here comes Faith racing ahead. Kicks it. DeVries for 3. Boom! Jessa DeVries has 8 in the quarter, and Pella Christian has an 8-point lead, 22-14.
Yeah, just a nice run there. What a nice defensive quarter it's turned out for Pella Christian right here.
20 seconds to go. Shot clock off. Van Meter ball down by 8. The Eagles have outscored them 13-3 in this second quarter. High screen and a drive and a kick. Higher shot fake. Back out to the top of the key. We're down to 7 seconds in the quarter. Left side controlled by Jones. 3 seconds. 2, 1. They're not going to get a shot off. What defense at the end of the quarter? At the end of the half, the Pella Christian fans are on their feet to show a little respect for the defense. Another raise the roof moment of the game brought to you by Randall Roofing as we reach halftime. Pella Christian 22, Van Meter 14. We'll be back with our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show right after this on the Pella Christian YouTube channel and on 92.1 KRLS.
Knock, knock. Who's there? Certain who? Certainly. If you're going to get new shingles, you're going to get CertainTeed shingles from Dutch Mill Supply in Pella. CertainTeed Roofing offers a wide array of residential roofing shingle options, with profiles as beautiful as they are durable.
Dutch Mill Supply, located in Pella, is your only locally owned, one-stop, full-service lumberyard and building material supplier. My name is Joshua Payne. My staff and I are here daily for professional service from the guy next door. Our product line is diverse, and we'll get you what you need quickly and at a competitive price.
At Pella Fiber, all residential customers get 1 gig of fast, reliable fiber internet for only $75 a month. And that's not a promotion, that's their everyday low price. Unlike the big corporate providers who change rates after your introductory offer is up, Pella Fiber offers their best price to everyone. Just $75 a month from your local utility that's here to take care of you if any problems arise. Make the switch today and join the thousands of Pella Fiber customers getting a gig for just $75 per month by going to PellaFiber.com.
Real insights from real Iowa farmers. Download the 2023 Bank Iowa Ag Index today at bankiowa.bank/agindex. Bank Iowa, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Whether you're investing in new technologies or simply safeguarding your operation for the future, Bank Iowa can help you take the next step. So anything you can imagine, let's make it happen. Bank Iowa, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Marion County Bank, we go beyond banking.
This holiday season, we're filled with a sense of excitement.
That's right, Dylan. As one year turns to the next, we look forward to new beginnings, to exploring new possibilities, to even more dreams realized.
At Marion County Bank, banking is just the beginning of the story.
And we'll be right there with you every step of the way.
Marion County Bank, serving you, building community. Member FDIC.
Welcome inside of the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. The Pella Christian girls basketball team leads Van Meter 22-14. For tires, front end work, there are no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. You are listening to Pella Christian basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS, Knoxville Pella, and KRLS HD1, Knoxville Pella. Everyone has a goal, an inspiration, a reason for being. Whatever that is for you, Bank Iowa says,
let's make it happen.
And win. The Eagles out to a 22-14 lead. We'll take a look inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber here in just a moment, but your thoughts on the first half?
I'll have to bring my microphone where it will work. It doesn't work on top of my head.
Sure doesn't,
well.
Nope.
Yeah, the girls really played a solid second quarter. They looked pretty erratic. They were not controlling the boards very well in that first quarter, but they did a much better job in the second quarter of really limiting Van Meter's opportunities. If they missed, and Van Meter's not shooting very good, we get to more statistics here pretty soon. They're not shooting very good, so when they shoot and they miss and you get the rebound, that makes it a lot easier. Even if you're not shooting great, you're going to be able to outscore them.
A nip and tuck first quarter. Van Meter ends up with an 11-9 lead, and then PC a 13-3 second quarter, and Pella Christian has a 22-14 lead. As we go inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, Jessa DeVries has 8 points, all in the second quarter for PC. Faith Kakmarinsky has 7 and 2 points apiece for Addie Van Arendonk and Rachel Kakmarinsky. On the Van Meter ledger, Bailey Berkeley has 5, Finley Netton has 4. I missed Karis Fickert's 3. I think that's where you're pointing at me. Thank you, Win. Back to Van Meter, Finley Netton 4, Macy Heyer 3, and Avery Banks has 2 points. Rebounding, Pella Christian by my count is out rebounding Van Meter 20-13, including 9-5 in that decisive second quarter. And on the turnovers, it's lopsided still. Pella Christian has turned it over 14 times to Van Meter's 6, but it did even out a bit in the second quarter. Van Meter 4, Pella Christian 3, and in fact the fact that Pella Christian turned it over 11 times in the first quarter and was only down by 2 says a lot about some of the other things that were going on in the game. Win, how about the shooting in the first half?
Well, Pella Christian's shooting they're 8 for 16. That doesn't take much math
50%,
skills.
I can figure that one out.
That doesn't take much math skills, but Van Meter, on the other hand, is only shooting 23%. And that's why they were getting all those offensive rebounds in the first quarter. They were missing a lot, but getting second chance opportunities. Pella Christian limited that in the second quarter, made a huge difference in what happened on the scoreboard. They were 1 for 8 in the second quarter. So that makes it, and didn't shoot any free throws. So that was huge for them.
Well, one of the things that I mentioned as one of our Hormel Foods radio keys to the game was shooting, and how Pella Christian, only shooting 37% on the year, only shooting 27% from the 3-point line. As you mentioned, we're 50% on the game. And I know we've had 3 makes from the 3-point line. We're probably right around 50% there as well.
I don't break that down, but Jessa hasn't missed any, and she's 2 for 2.
Right.
And
then Fickert has 1.
Fickert has 1. I think she shot twice from there.
I think Faith maybe missed 1 or 2.
She's missed. Faith has missed 2 shots. I'm not sure they were both 3s, but So nobody's shooting poorly at all, and they got to do a little better job around the basket, I think. When they get that opportunity to turn around, post up, and put the ball off the glass, they've got to figure out how to make their body move in such a way that they can get that shot off.
All right, save that thought, because we're going to have our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service here in just a moment. That was a look inside the numbers delivered by Pella Fiber, where every home gets a gig. Join today at PellaFiber.com. This game is live on Pella TV as part of Pella Fiber. We're also live on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Our presentation is presented by KNIA KRLS Radio, and we're in the middle of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show on 92.1 KRLS. We'll come back with our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service right after this. Eagles 22, Bulldogs 14, girls basketball action live on Eagle Lane.
Scooter's Coffee and Pella brings joy to every sip. Try the delectable sugar cookie latte or blender for a sweet treat. And don't forget the little ones in the back seat. Scooter's Kids Drink menu offers berry slush, cotton candy, or strawberry little smiley smoothies, along with chocolicious milk and sugar cookies. At Scooter's, they ensure the whole family enjoys a flavorful experience. Scooter's Coffee. Amazing people, amazing drinks, amazingly fast.
Mike Blom with Cabinet Design of Pella and Wood Harbor Cabinetry is just as attentive and imaginative as you are when it comes to your remodel. Just ask Justin Plate of Pella.
I've known Mike for a lot of years, and he's just known for high quality and attention to detail, and I'm kind of a perfectionist type person. I really like things done the right way. I've known him to be very high attention to detail and have been really impressed through that whole project.
Hi, I'm Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy. Cabinet Design of Pella, where we expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations.
At our Two Rivers Cooperative Cartrol Station in Pella, we have more fuel choices than ever before. Our standard gas dispensers offer Unleaded Plus, Unleaded 88, E85, and premium gas. And our new diesel blender pump has 5 different blends of number 1 and number 2 diesel, perfect for our cold Iowa winter. And remember, if you're a Two Rivers local card user, you'll save 4 cents on every gallon every time you fill up. Thank you for supporting Pella's only locally owned gas station at Two Rivers Cooperative.
As the end of the year approaches, it's a good time to reflect on the things we're thankful for.
At Pella Real Estate Services, we're thankful for you, our clients, and for a growing team of licensed agents.
I'm Brett Staten, a Central College football alum and now an assistant coach for the Pella Christian Eagles. I manage storage units for Red Door Storage, an investor, and am a licensed real estate agent.
If it's time to buy or sell your home, let any of our licensed agents share their talents with you.
Happy holidays from all of us at Pella Real Estate Services.
Welcome back inside of our Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. The Pella Christian girls lead Van Meter 22-14. A 13-3 second quarter outburst paced by 8 Jessa DeVries points. And Pella Christian with that 8-point lead win. Let's take a look at our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. Your thoughts?
Well, like I alluded to earlier, I think they've got to figure out a little bit better passing scheme to get the ball to the post players in a position where they can score. And those post players have got to be looking to get their body in position to score, because I think they can take advantage of some stuff inside if they just move the ball a little bit more efficiently with a little better angles and then be ready to catch and shoot the ball around the basket. They're playing solid defense. They really did a nice job on the boards in the second quarter, so that part can stay the same. They just offensively can't rely on the three-pointers all the time, because if you get a game or two where those don't go, and you're just going to get beat.
You know, for Van Meter, I think they need to continue to attack the paint. They've gotten in close a lot, just not able to finish around the rim.
Yeah, they kind of looks to me like they get a little bit out of control once in a while. I think Pella Christian probably putting a little more pressure on them defensively than what they're used to seeing so far this season. And so they're maybe panicking a little bit and getting a little bit rushy and putting up some ill-fated shots. And they got away with that in the first quarter because they got the offensive rebounds and got some putbacks. But in the second quarter, they didn't get that done and was only able to make one basket, and that was a three-pointer.
That's our second half adjustments presented by DeYoung Door Service. If it's time for a new garage door for your home or business, stop and see the gurus of garage doors at their new showroom at 908 Roosevelt Road, just west of right here at Pella Christian High School.
We're the gurus of garage doors, DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
And that's a wrap on the Central Tire and Auto Radio halftime show. For tires, front-end work, there are no appointment oil change and full mechanical work on your vehicle. Stop and see Sean DeWard and his crew next to Walmart in Pella. Trevor Castle, Win Veenstra live inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth, and a quick Stravers Cellular Instant Radio update. 6.5 minutes to go in Ames. Iowa State 77, Iowa men 52. So after the Iowa women won a close game last night, the Iowa State men going to win a blowout tonight. And on the opening possession of the third quarter, we get a little elbow shoulder lean in offensive foul on Taya Speltz of Van Meter, turnover number 7 on the Bulldogs.
Yeah, tried to force the ball inside, and she pushed herself through there.
And now a knock away by Van Meter. It'll stay with Pella Christian. Eagles moving from left to right on your radio dial, right to left on the Pella Christian YouTube stream. And they're wearing their white jerseys with the maroon lettering, numerals, and gold trim. And Van Meter is in their blue jerseys with the white lettering and numerals. 22-14, Pella Christian leads. Three ball, Jessica DeVries. Boom! Her third of the game, and it's a double-digit lead, 25-14.
Well, you'd think that if having not missed any, that somebody from Van Meter would recognize that they got to stay with her out there.
For the answer for the Bulldogs, yes, it's knocked down by Jones. Back to an 8-point game, 25-17. Here's Pella Christian with the ball. Drive inside. Scoop shot won't go. And the Heinen miss was rebounded by Van Meter. They try to push it ahead. It's loose on the floor and picked up by Pella Christian. So a turnover for the Bulldogs. Driving the other way, Kakmarinsky is bumped and fouled.
Yeah, dribbled into a double team there. Somehow got through it, got the foul.
That's Netton called with her third foul at the 6:47 mark. Their leading scorer on the season, averaging 15 a game, has 4 tonight and 3 fouls. Eagles just barely get the ball into Rachel Kack, looking for a back cut. DeVries was open, couldn't find her. Now it's controlled by Fickert. Free throw line for Kakmarinsky. Drives, picks up her dribble, kicks it out to Faith. Left-hand dribble in the lane. Kick back out to Heinen. Her left-hand dribble. She picks it up, looking inside. Finds Rachel Kack. Post-up move. Kick out to DeVries. Left-hand dribble, working against Banks. Now fires it to Heinen. Bounce pass onto the baseline. 7 to shoot. Back out to Heinen. Back inside, looking for Kakmarinsky. 3 to shoot. Got to get it up to the rim. And it's a shot clock violation on Pella Christian. When at times, there's nobody willing to step up and take a shot.
Both the Kakmarinsky sisters had crossover moves on the block. Didn't make them. You got to make that crossover move and get a layup.
And on that violation, there were 2 or 3 different times somebody was open at the free throw line. Just let it fly. Turnover, Eagles, 25-17. They lead by 8. Now a drive by Van Meter, and the shot by Banks is no good, but she is fouled, and she'll be heading to the free throw line for the first time tonight.
Yeah, you can't score if you don't shoot. So, you know, run 35 seconds off the clock. That's not doing you any good. You gotta get the ball in the hoop.
Fouls on Faith Kakmarinsky. The first free throw, toilet bowl's out, and completely different circumstances because they were trying to just milk a game. But as you mentioned, that's what happened at Oski last Friday, right?
Yeah, there they were deliberately trying to run clock before they attacked. This time they were trying to attack, but again, had the ball twice on the block with crossover moves, didn't make them.
1 of 2 for Avery Banks. That's their first free throw make of the night, 1 of 4 for the Bulldogs, and they've cut Pella Christian's lead, which was 11, down to 7, and now a pass into the backcourt is an over and back violation on Pella Christian. It might be time if Van Meter scores here, maybe a Pella Motors timeout. Brendan Foudy still has plenty in his pocket, and right now the Bulldogs are trying to climb their way back into this game.
Yeah, Van Meter's turned up the pressure a little bit, and they recognize that they got a height advantage on DeVries when she's dribbling the ball up the floor. She gets in that double team. It's hard to get rid of it.
Well, and since that three-pointer that gave the Eagles an 11-point lead, Van Meter scored 4 points and has forced 2 Eagle turnovers. Now Netton drives inside, bumps into Kakmarinsky. No call either way. Netton banks the shot in, and it's down to a 5-point game, 25-20. Kakmarinsky, 17-foot top of the key jumper is pure.
Now that's what you needed right there. Just if you're standing there open, you've got to shoot.
27-20, Eagles lead by 7 with 5:16 to go in the third quarter. Trevor Castle, Wynn Veenstra with you. A 3-ball on the way is short for Van Meter. No good, and rebounded by Rachel Kakmarinsky. She's got 6 boards. Pella Christian's got a big edge on the glass. And now Van Arendonk looking inside for Kakmarinsky. Too far underneath the basket. Is able to contort her body back and get the shot to go. 29-20, so a quick 4-point spurt for PC. 5-point lead balloons to 9. Now a knock away by Van Arendonk and a Van Meter turnover. Eagles looking to push, firing it ahead, and it's knocked out of bounds.
Now, good save there by Van Meter because Rachel was wide open for the left-handed layup.
Pella Christian 29, Van Meter 20. Heinen into the corner for DeVries. Right-hand dribble, bounce pass underneath, but it was knocked away by Van Meter, and now they've got a run-out opportunity. Layup, too strong, no good, back tapped. And a push foul is called on Pella Christian. Okay.
I'm not sure.
Foul is called on Maggie Heinen. And now a substitution in for Van Meter with 4:25 to go in the third quarter. Pella Christian 29, Van Meter 20.
For the Eagles, number 25, Chloe Snyder.
So substitutions in and out for both teams. Heinen replaced by Van Arendonk for Coach Foudy and the Eagles. Bulldogs will trigger it in on their own offensive baseline. Netton has it in the left corner. Drives around Snyder. Tough shot, no good. Rebounded by Kakmarinsky. That's Rachel's 7th. And she hands it off to Big Sis with a right-hand dribble into the front court with 4:13 to go in the third quarter, 29-20 Eagles. Rachel's got it. Hand off to Snyder. Left-hand dribble. Guarded by Netton. Poked away. Stolen away. Eagles with the turnover. Layup. Good. Avery Banks with her 5th point of the night, and it's a 7-point Pella Christian lead, 29-22. Full court pressure for Van Meter. Pella Christian is able to break past, and here comes Jessica DeVries all the way in with a left-hand shot, too strong, no good. Offensive rebound, Rachel Kakmarinsky, no. And then the rebound eventually controlled by Van Meter, but to Snyder, shot no good. Another offensive rebound for PC, and they'll reset.
Wow. I don't know if I got any idea who to give all these shots and rebounds to.
Well, I'm giving it my best guess here, Win, with 3:23 to go. 3 offensive rebounds on this possession. And here's Chloe Snyder driving into traffic, bounces it to Van Arendonk. Looking, spinning, shooting, partially blocked. Rebound loose, finally for Van Meter, controlled by Banks. 29-22 Eagles, 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Banks hesitation dribble, little Euro, but a travel called.
Well, the turnover gives the ball back to Pella Christian. So far, Van Meter's not been able to get any closer than 7 points, but Pella Christian's got to capitalize on one of these opportunities and get a basket.
In case you missed it, presented by the Veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic. Van Meter led 11-9 at the end of the first quarter, due in part to 11 Pella Christian turnovers. Then Pella Christian a 13-3 second quarter, and as Chloe Snyder, boom, for 3. The Eagles now a 32-22 lead, a 10-8 third quarter advantage. 2:39 to go in the third. In case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarians.
Knock away. Eagles a chance at a 3-on-2. Snyder all the way down. She'll circle back out, pick up her dribble, fire to DeVries. Left hand onto the free throw line, extended left side. Hesitation dribble, pass to Schneider, right corner 3. Oh, that would have brought the roof off the place, but an offensive rebound for Van Arendonk. Passes it out, DeVries for 3. Too strong off the heel of the rim, no good. Rebounded by Netton. And it's a race ahead and a layup for Van Meter.
If you're going to miss, you better get back quick.
Berkeley for 2. It's 32-24 Pella Christian. Wide open Addie Van Arendonk, and then she gets chased down from behind and blocked out of bounds.
Got to go harder than that. Addie needs to drive hard at the basket there.
32-24 Pella Christian by 8. 1:51 to go in the third quarter. Faith Kakmarinsky, bounce pass into Van Arendonk. Bank shot good. Great inbounds play. And Van Arendonk with a defender in her face gives Pella Christian a 34-24 lead.
Yeah, she did a nice job there of just standing herself straight up, square up, and put it off the glass.
Under 100 seconds to go in the third quarter. Here's Netton on a drive. Tough right-hand shot. She's really not been able to finish near the rim. Van Arendonk, her 8th rebound. Up ahead to DeVries. Weaves her way through traffic. Knocked away from her. Kick it out. Schneider for 3. Boom! Chloe Schneider is locked and loaded. And Win Veenstra, who's always open, presented by Anytime Fitness. It's been Jessa DeVries and it's been Chloe Schneider. They've made 5 3-pointers combined.
Yeah, when they go, they're great, and that gets back to what we talked about earlier. You got to put the ball up, and they're taking those shots pretty early in the shot clock. But when you knock them down, that's a huge advantage right there.
How about this win? Jessa DeVries on the season coming in 8 of 37 from the 3-point line. She's 3 of 4 tonight. And Chloe Schneider coming in 5 of 21 from the 3-point line. She's 2 of 3 tonight. They have combined to make 5 of 7 3-pointers. Who's always open? It's been presented by Anytime Fitness, the 24/7 gym that fits your lifestyle, your fitness, your way anytime fitness. Biggest lead of the game for Pella Christian, 37-24, final minute of the third quarter.
Well, they've just, again, stayed composed. I still like to see a little better action around the basket and a little quicker action around the basket. But it got to get up shots, and by hitting those threes with nobody in your face, those girls are fully capable of hitting that shot, and especially when you're a young player, you don't want to have to dribble the ball too much. Just catch it and shoot it.
After that three by Snyder, we got a Pella Motors timeout by Van Meter. That's now in the books with 1:20 to go. Third quarter, Pella Christian 37, Van Meter 24. And the Bulldogs have the ball. Netton met by a double team in the front court, passes it off, and the shot up by Speltz is no good, but she draws a foul. I believe Rachel Kakmarinsky the culprit.
A little bit late there to get over there on the rotation against that full court press. The trap was late coming on the half court, and then all the rotations were just a little bit late too, and Rachel gets called for the foul. Now she can bail her out here if she misses a free throw.
First free throw rattles out, no good. The Marion County Bank radio scoreboard, the Pella wrestling teams swept Newton tonight. Pella girls win 48-18 and the boys win 58-18. And our last check in girls basketball at the half, Carlisle leading the Pella girls 37-35 on the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. Our score is 37-25. Pella Christian leads Van Meter as Speltz makes the second of two free throws for the Bulldogs. Now some full court trapping pressure out of Van Meter. It's Faith Kakmarinsky getting near the timeline, pass it off to DeVries. She's into the front court, dribbles between her legs, and fires it off to Rachel between the circles. 55 seconds to go, third quarter. Pella Christian by 12. DeVries in the left corner. It just slipped through her fingers out of bounds. Turnover number 19.
Cannot afford that. That ball thrown right to her. She just didn't squeeze it in her hands, and it goes out of bounds. Pella Christian will get the ball back here, though, with the end of the quarter and start the fourth quarter with the ball.
Here's a drive and a kick into the left corner for Heyer. Now it's Netton back to Heyer in the corner. Netton again at the top of the key. They're working it around the perimeter. Lob it inside. Poked away by Van Arendonk. Can't quite come up with a turnover as Speltz grabs it. And now the pass kick out to Heyer. Top of the key. And left side, Netton launches a three. Just off the mark, no good. Offensive rebound, Speltz. And she draws a foul to head back to the line. 19 seconds to go. They could have held for one final shot after that offensive rebound, but Speltz was in close and decided to go up for the putback.
Which is the right thing because there's nobody between her and the basket. The players had her sandwiched to the sides, and got to get in and box her out. You can't let her get that offensive board.
First free throw is no good. Van Meter's really struggled at the line tonight. Just 1 of 7 shooting free throws.
I got them for 2.
2 of 7, you're right.
Let's hope it
that does double their percentage from what I had. Three of 8.
Well,
Pella Christian 37, Van Meter 26.
She's made the second one of her 3 tries at the line, 3 times at the line.
We're down to 13 seconds to go, third quarter. High screen for Faith Kakmarinsky with a high dribble. Pass it to the top of the key to DeVries. It's loose on the floor. Knocked away by Van Meter. Back to Faith Kak. Her pass is tipped and stolen away. 1 second for Van Meter. And that's the end of the third quarter. With the score, Pella Christian 37, Van Meter 26. We'll be back for the final 8 minutes of regulation on the Pella Christian YouTube channel and 92.1 KRLS inside the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth.
Pep up salads, pasta now. Pep up nachos, pizza, wow. You can pep up anything, pepperoni. Pep it up, it's the one and only. Pep it up, Hormel pepperoni.
It's tax season, and H&R Block is here to make it a season worth celebrating. Whether you choose to file in person, virtually, or via drop-off, you'll get upfront, transparent pricing and expert help from tax pros that average a decade of experience. Plus, H&R Block's max refund guarantee means you'll ring in the season by getting every dollar you deserve. File your way with H&R Block, and tax season will feel just as good as all your favorite seasons. All tax situations are different. Not everyone gets a refund. Limitations apply. See hrblock.com/guarantees.
Visit H&R Block, Pella, Oskaloosa.
Welcome back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth. We're live on the Pella Christian YouTube channel, 92.1 KRLS, and do want to thank our partners at Pella TV for bringing all of these local home games your way for our local TV customers at Pella TV and Pella Fiber. Underway, fourth quarter of action. Pella Christian girls lead Van Meter 37-26. Jessa DeVries, bounce pass inside, stolen away. Just too late win.
Yeah.
Some of these passes.
Well, great idea, but by the time she sees it, it's too late.
And higher for three in the right corner. Her second splash down of the game. Had one in the first quarter. Starts the fourth with that, and it's back to a single-digit game, 37-29. Fickert just has her pocket picked by Banks, who goes in, misses a layup, but gets fouled by Fickert.
Well, KRLS is racking up the turnovers big time, but she, in her defense, she's not a point guard. She shouldn't be dribbling the ball out there at all. If she's going to catch the ball out at the wing, she either needs to shoot it or pass it to somebody.
Well, we'll see here. I'll be interested. Brendan Foudy, first-year head coach, made the move over from the sub-varsity boys programs at Pella. Now the head coach for varsity on the girls. And, I think, as you mentioned against Oski last week, just didn't quite have that killer instinct in the fourth quarter. Well, here you're up by 8. Does he try the same approach, or is he a little more aggressive down the stretch?
Well, I hope he's more aggressive, but you never know.
Both free throws no good, and it's rebounded by Faith Kakmarinsky. Just 3 of 10 at the free throw line for Van Meter, and that's helped the Eagles in an 8-point game. If they even make half of their misses win, this is a 4-point ball game.
Yeah.
DeVries has it with a left-hand dribble for Pella Christian. Tries a wraparound pass that's stolen away. That's 3 possessions and 3 turnovers, but then Van Meter turns it right back over to PC. 1 minute into the fourth quarter, Eagles lead by 8. Van Arendonk pass down to the baseline. That's stolen away.
Those are all great ideas, but the defender's too close. You can't do that.
And then Van Meter misses a shot, and Faith Kakmarinsky gets a rebound. Lucky break for the Eagles, because that was a chance for Speltz to make this a 6-point game. Here's Jessa DeVries, wide open for 3, just short, no good, and rebounded by Heyer. Good shot selection, just couldn't knock it down.
Well, that's better than a turnover.
And now Banks, top of the key, step back 3, heel of the rim, no good. Offensive rebound pops out, and it's controlled on the tip by Netton by Banks. Into the left corner, controlled by Jones now for Van Meter. They trail the Eagles 37-29. Netton, free throw line, lean-in jumper, too strong, no good. Flops down, trying to get a foul call that's not, and Faith Kakmarinsky grabs her 5th rebound. 8 apiece for Van Arendonk and Rachel Kack, and then Faith has 5 as the Eagles have a double-digit rebounding edge and an 8-point lead on the scoreboard. DeVries fouled by Banks, and that's the first team foul on the Bulldogs. Remember, new rules this year. Fouls reset every quarter. Each team has 1 here in the fourth.
Yeah. Get to shoot free throws maybe a little quicker in the first and third quarters, but not as many in the fourth quarter.
Here's Kakmarinsky driving through that 2-3 zone defense. Left-hand shot, no good. Rebounded by Van Arendonk for Pella Christian. She's got 9, and then the pass nearly stolen away by Banks, but knocked out of bounds. It'll stay right side with PC.
Yeah, you got a second opportunity, got the shot clock reset, so just got to take care of the basketball here. Get a good shot. Don't want to turn it over.
5:40 remaining in the game.
We got a player that touched it. Yeah. Going to get a warning on 21 for touching the ball there. She does it again, it's a technical.
So she touched the ball while it was in the hands
or I don't know if she touched it, but if you touch it, it's a technical right away. She probably put her hand over the line. You can't even put your hand over the out-of-bounds line.
All right, so Pella Christian with the ball, leading by 8, 37-29. Kakmarinsky double dribble underneath the basket. When that is 5 turnovers on 7 possessions in the fourth quarter.
And see, that just can't happen. You've got to take care of the basketball. And I don't know if you need half an hour of ball handling every day for the next year or what, but you cannot afford that.
Well, and you're up by 8, and if you just keep giving Van Meter chances, they're eventually going to cash them in. So far, it really hasn't hurt the Eagles. Just 1 bucket, and now make it 2 buckets, and a Pella Motors timeout. 3-pointer by Netton, and all of a sudden it's a 5-point game, 37-32. The Pella Motors timeout, and Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Well, folks, in case you missed it, presented by the veterinarians at Tri-County Veterinary Clinic, the Eagles turned it over 11 times in the first quarter, but were only down 11-9 as they just dodged some opportunity after opportunity for Van Meter. Then a big 13-3 second quarter and a 15-12 third quarter gave the Eagles an 11-point lead. We're back on the turnover train now. 5 turnovers in the first 3 minutes of the fourth quarter. The Eagles they haven't scored, and Van Meter with 2 3-pointers has made this a 37-32 game. 5:09 to go in case you missed it, presented by Tri-County Veterinary Clinic.
They're the veterinarian.
And I don't think they scored in the last minute of the third quarter either, so they went 4 minutes now without scoring.
It's 37-32. Kakmarinsky dribbles into the front court through Van Meter pressure. Pass to Van Arendonk. Bounce pass to Rachel Kak. Back to Van Arendonk. Back to Rachel. Drives inside. Tries a pump fake. Gets the basket. Draws the foul. Going to the line with a big fist pump and one opportunity.
Yeah, great job of finishing there. But she had it before that and passed the ball to Addie, and she should have just kept going the first time. She'd have got the same shot.
4:51 to go in the game. That was a much-needed basket for Pella Christian. They have a 39-32 lead. Free throw, too strong, no good. Defensive rebound, Speltz, a team-high 6 for Van Meter. Eagles lead by 7. 4:44 to go in the game. Here's Netton, their leading scorer, 15 a game. She's got 9, trying to add to it here. Drives inside, gets bumped by Faith Kakmarinsky. I believe it may have been Rachel. They caught Faith, her third.
Got the double team a little too late again.
Two free throws for Netton, trying to get into double figures, and she swishes the first. Fickert and Schneider check back in, joining the Kakmarinsky sisters and Maggie Heinen. And the second free throw, good again. So she's got 11. That's a game high for Van Meter. Jessa DeVries, 11 for PC. Faith Kakmarinsky. Schneider fires a quick trigger 3, short, no good. Rebounded by Speltz. 39-34. And a chance at a breakaway, but Van Meter, Speltz just lost the ball.
Yep.
And Pella Christian picks up. Thank you very much for the turnover in a 5-point game.
Didn't handle the dribble, hit her in the leg a couple times, and she loses it.
And now it's taken away from Fickert, so another Eagle turnover. Van Meter trying to push, and Netton saves it off of Snyder to keep it Bulldog ball down 5 halfway through the fourth quarter.
Like I said before, KRLS, when she gets the ball, she's got to be maybe one dribble, but then throw it to somebody. No, don't try to go any further than that.
Inbounds, Netton, 3. Way too strong air ball. Rebounded by Faith Kak. 39-34, Pella Christian by 5. We have less than half of the fourth quarter to play. Big screen is set, allowing Kakmarinsky to drive around the defender, and then her pass is kicked, so we'll stay with PC.
Well, they call it a kick. She didn't. I liked what they did last night in the Iowa State women's game. The player didn't make any effort to kick it. It just went off her foot, and they didn't give her the kick.
I suppose there's a difference between the ball being thrown off your foot.
There was no movement of the foot to try to kick it.
Schneider, left wing, shot fake, drive, left elbow jumper. Can't get the roll, rebounded by Banks. Pella Christian 39, Van Meter 34, and Banks driving. Puts up a tough scoop shot that doesn't go, but Jessa DeVries called for her first foul, and Van Meter, with 2 free throws coming, can make this a 1-possession game.
Yeah, just been all Van Meter here in this quarter. They've scored 8 points. Pella Christian just scored the 2. They've just not been able to find a way to get the ball in the basket.
Free throw is good. And we've got a Pella Motors timeout called by Coach Foudy and the Eagles. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. Gives us a chance to look at the Marion County Bank radio scoreboard. In wrestling action just across town at Pella High School, the Pella girls defeated Newton 48-18. The Pella boys defeated Newton by a final of 58-18. And at last check, we've only got one update so far. It was a halftime update. Carlisle 37, Pella girls in basketball 35. So that game, if not final, has got to be close to it. We'll bring you a Strawver Cellular instant radio update as soon as we have a final score there. Our score, Pella Christian 39, Van Meter 35 win. Van Meter has outscored the Eagles 9-2 here in the fourth quarter with another free throw coming to make it a one-possession game.
Yeah, absolutely. They're just, again, Pella Christian, just like they did against Oski the other night, they just have went totally cold offensively in the fourth quarter, and you've got to stay aggressive, you've got to stay alert, you got to make the shots when you get the opportunity.
39-35, Pella Christian with the advantage. The Pella Motors timeout is just about in the books. 3:32 to go in the game. Second free throw rattles out, no good. Rebound battled for, and it's just ripped away and controlled by Speltz, and then we have a travel.
Wow,
a bit of a break there after Speltz grabbed her 8th rebound. Van Meter turns it over for the 14th time.
Yeah, and that, Rachel came down with that ball, but she didn't come down with it solidly enough, and she let her take it right away from her. There you go, break that press.
DeVries racing ahead, ball tipped, foul called, and that's the 4th on Finley Netton, their leading scorer.
So get out of the way and let Jessa drive past him, and they could not catch up to her, and they had to foul her from behind.
Each team has 3 fourth-quarter fouls, so we're 2 away on either side for the bonus, and it's 2 free throws. There's no 1-and-1. High post, Van Arendonk,
nice.
Great look underneath, and Rachel Kakmarinsky banks it in. What a play against that 2-3 zone.
Everybody was moving, and the timing was perfect.
Pella Christian back to a 6-point lead. Netton drives around 2 defenders and with the left hand scores. She's taken over. She's got 7 in the quarter, 13 in the game. And now Pella Christian's lead back to 4. And Rachel Kakmarinsky is in trouble, so Brendan Foudy calls another Pella Motors timeout. At Pella Motors, you'll drive away happy. That's the Pella Motors guarantee. 2:49 to go in the game. Pella Christian 41, Van Meter 37.
Yeah, not a lot of offense here in the fourth quarter for Pella Christian. They could just make a couple baskets here on the next couple possessions. That'd make it tough for Van Meter to come back.
And part of it is this is a young team. You've got to find a way to get composure, right? I mean, they're throwing a lot of pressure at Pella Christian. You don't have to get out of control. I mean, you want to go with some pace. That's one way to try to break this tempo. Quick passing, quick dribbling, but you got to stay in control too.
Keep the ball in the middle and make sure of your passes. Make sure the person you're passing it to knows it's coming, and make sure there's no defenders anywhere near it that they can step in front of that passing lane and take it away. And again, there's a bad pass.
Yeah, there's a steal. Van Meter forces the PC turnover. This is a 4-point game, and it's Van Meter ball with 2:40 to go. Van Meter working it around the perimeter. Now Netton drives around a defender. And a late blocking call. He wanted to go offensive foul. He changes his mind, calls it on Van Arendonk, and an and-one opportunity.
I think he called it on DeVries, maybe, didn't he?
A massive call.
No, on Van Arendonk.
The real call there, though, Win, if that's on Netton, she's out. But as it is, it's a chance at a 3-point play to make it a 1-point game. Got it. 10 in the quarter for Netton. 2:29 to go, 41-40, Pella Christian by 1. Here's Faith Kakmarinsky, left-hand dribble into the front court. Basically a brand new ball game. Rachel drives left baseline, double team comes over. Kakmarinsky has it tied up, and the arrow is with the Bulldogs. That is 8 fourth quarter turnovers for PC.
Yeah, that's just exactly what happened at Oski. You can't just turn the ball over. You got to get the shots off.
It's a young Eagles team trying to figure out how to win games, and they're struggling in the early season to do that. 41-40, Pella Christian had a double-digit lead at multiple points in this second half, but right now it's just 41-40, and we're under 2 minutes to go.
Well, I thought as we started the fourth quarter, if Pella Christian could get to 50, they were going to win the game, and I still think that's probably correct, but I don't think they can get that far now with the time getting away.
Here's a little give and go on the inbounds pass. It's lost by Banks, but picked up and controlled by Van Meter into the hands of Berkeley. She'll fire it out to the top of the key.
Walked.
Yeah, that was a hesitation. Step back three off the mark, no good. Rebound bounced around and controlled by Faith Cack, her 7th. But she's in some trouble. Has to get it away to Jessa DeVries. Jessa bounced past to Faith into the front court. 1:37 to go in the game. DeVries between the circles. 20 to shoot for Pella Christian. A minute 30 left in the contest. DeVries on the dribble handoff from Faith Kaczmarynski, and a little bump foul called on Macy Heyer. That is the 4th, so every foul the rest of this game by either team will be 2 free throws.
Yeah, the big thing is on this possession, Pella Christian's got to score. You know, if they can get a basket here, that puts them up 2 possessions unless they don't make the 3.
1:25 to go. That foul did reset the shot clock. So the Eagles can take it under a minute if they can possess the ball long enough if they choose. Here's Jessa DeVries on a left baseline drive. She gets fouled by Banks, and Jessa's going to the line for 2 important free throws.
Yeah, nice aggressive play there. A little tough where she was at, whether she was going to be able to get that ball off the glass, but they got bailed out with a foul. Now she can put them up by 3 if she can make these free throws.
She made 2 of 2 earlier, misses the first one there. On the season, she had made 3 of her 6 free throws coming in. Easy math, 50%. Needs this one here to make it a 2-point game. 1:13 remaining in the contest. Free throw good. 42-40 Pella Christian.
Full court pressure now. Try to get a steal. Don't make a foul.
And it's Banks racing it ahead. The lane opens up. Banks with a very off-balance, awkward, tough shot. And the officials bail her out with a foul call.
Yeah, traveled big time up around the 3-point line, and yet they didn't call it.
Chloe Nickel called with her first foul. I believe this is her first action of the game with 1:06 to go.
She was in for just a minute earlier in this quarter.
Banks is 2 of 6 at the free throw line and makes the first one. 1:06 to go in the game, and with the free throw make here, we would be all square at 42 apiece. Each team has 2 timeouts remaining as well. Right to left, free throw, tie game. Pella Christian 42, Van Meter 42, 1:05 remaining. The Bulldogs trailed by a dozen earlier in this half, and they've tied the game at 42. Maggie Heinen right wing for Pella Christian. Fickert up top, left corner, Jessa DeVries. Drives left baseline, gets under the bucket, kicks it out to Heinen. She'll drive right baseline. Pass it out to the right elbow. Kaczmarynski's open jumper, yes! A little hesitation by Rachel Kack, but she eventually splashes it in.
She's standing wide open 8 feet from the basket, and she looked for somebody to pass it to.
And a Pella Motors timeout called by Van Meter. Pella Christian 44, Van Meter 42. We'll be back inside of the Pella Real Estate Services radio broadcast booth right after this on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
You leave for work, the garage door goes up and down. Your husband leaves for work, up and down again. Home for lunch, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, all day long. Over the course of time, springs, rollers, hinges, they all break down. Don't wait until the door won't go up and down. Call the Young Door Service for an inspection of your garage door today.
Hi, this is Kurt DeYoung. It's not good enough to know what you do. You need to specialize in it. We specialize in sales, installation, and service of garage doors. We're the gurus of garage doors. DeYoung Door Service in Pella.
At Knoxville Hospital and Clinics, we are your neighbors, your healthcare providers, and your community partner. Hi, I am Jerry Brown, and I'm proud to work at the Knoxville Hospital and Clinics. As the greeter, I enjoy making sure each person is welcome to our facility and put at ease knowing that we will help them get to where they need to go. For all your healthcare needs, choose Knoxville Hospital and Clinics.
You are listening to Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa on 92.1 FM, KRLS Knoxville Pella, KRLS HD1 Knoxville Pella, the Pella Christian YouTube channel, and Pella TV. Pella Christian 44, Van Meter 42, coming out of a Van Meter Pella Motors timeout with 30 seconds to go in the game. Bulldogs down by 2 with the ball from right to left on the radio, left to right on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. Macy Heyer for 3 in the lead is too strong. Air ball, rebound, Eagles, and Chloe Nickel fouled. She'll be going to the line on the other end for 2 shots.
There, big rebound there for her, and even if they don't foul her, they could just run the clock out. If they can hang on to the basketball, they commit the foul, and now Chloe can make it a 2-possession game if she can make both of these.
Don't have a final score, but I'm told that the Pella girls are victorious tonight. And Chloe Nickel makes the first free throw, 45-42. Nickel, that is her first make of the year. She was 0 of 8 from the field, 0 of 3 from the line, and she makes a critical free throw to make it a 3-point game. Second free throw, boom again! The boom boom on the free throw! And the Eagles lead 46-42. What a time for your first points of the season win.
Well, and to make them both under that kind of pressure. Now, with only 18 seconds to go, three-pointer is academic. I mean, let them shoot it if they make it. Just if they miss it, get the rebound and hang on to the basketball and keep making your free throws.
What's the play here defensively? You just kind of wall up and let them score?
I think you keep the pressure on them a little bit and make them take 4 or 5 seconds to get the ball across half court. Run as much of this clock off as you can. Don't let them just come up the floor with no pressure at all. And again, just don't foul them, especially on a three-pointer. And make sure if they miss the shot that you get the rebound.
It's 46-42 Pella Christian. We've got a Pella Motors timeout. Each team does have one timeout remaining. So the Van Meter strategy here, Win, is get a bucket as quick as they can. They'd use their final timeout, and then you try to force a turnover or send the Eagles back to the line.
Yeah. Just keep some decent pressure on there. They got their defensive team on there. I'm surprised that Fickers is out there instead of Nickel, because Nickel did a pretty nice job defensively when she came in to get that rebound a while ago.
All right, 19 seconds to go. Inbounds to Banks for Van Meter. 15 seconds to go in the game. Eagles lead 46-42. Here's Netton, fires it left side. Van Meter's got to get a ball up on the rim quickly. Down to 8 seconds. Netton fires a three. Short, no good. Long rebound out. It's controlled by Fickert, but she's standing on the end line. Win, this game's basically over. There's 2 seconds to go.
Let them shoot it.
If I'm Pella Christian, I just stand there.
Yeah.
I mean, I just stand there.
Let them shoot it. Time's going to run out.
Inbounds coming from Banks. Gets it in, return pass, Banks for three, no good, and the Eagles snap a 4-game losing streak. Final score, Pella Christian 46, Van Meter 42.
Well, what a nice finish to the game. Pella Christian did not play very good basketball in most of that fourth quarter, but was pretty solid in the last minute of the game.
Eagles see a double-digit lead evaporate. Van Meter tied it at 42. And Pella Christian scored the last 4 points on a Rachel Kakmarinsky jumper and a couple of Chloe Nickel free throws. And the final score, Pella Christian 46, Van Meter 42. We'll take a timeout, and we'll come back with our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this on 92.1 KRLS and the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Transform your space with the vibrant colors of Pittsburgh paints. Now available at Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center in Pella. Elevate your home with premium quality paints that bring life to your walls. Whether you're refreshing a room or embarking on a full makeover, Pittsburgh Paints offers a wide range of hues to suit your style. Visit Gilchrist Jewett today and let their expert team assist you in selecting the perfect shade for your project. Unleash the power of color with Pittsburgh Paints at Gilchrist Jewett Lumber Hardware and Design Center in Pella.
It's volunteer season. Pella Corporation thanks those who volunteer to make our area a great place to live. It's clear that when you volunteer, you're helping others. On the job, the Pella team creates energy-efficient Pella windows and doors for homes and businesses throughout North America. And once the job is done, many Pella Corporation team members volunteer to make a difference in their communities. Let's hear a cheer for volunteers. For more information on exciting careers at Pella Windows and Doors, visit Pella.com/careers.
Welcome inside of the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. Final score, Pella Christian girls beat Van Meter 46-42. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the cabinet guy, at Cabinet Design of Pella. Tyler Crabb just sent me a note reminding me Pella Christian beat Van Meter last year 44-42.
Wow.
So very similar, at least final scores. Tonight 46-42. 42 in favor of Pella Christian. And we talked a little bit about it when this young Eagles team trying to figure out how to win ball games, and one win does not a season make. But, boy, after kind of letting it go away against Oskaloosa last Friday night, to be able to see their lead evaporate but then close it out, pretty big step for Coach Foudy and his squad.
Yeah, like I said, they really struggled with turnovers, especially for most of that fourth quarter. No offense at all, no points getting put on the board. I did have to go back and watch the tape, but I think they went at least 5, maybe 6 minutes going back into the third quarter, starting the fourth quarter without getting any points up at all. It was all turnovers, and you just can't do that. You've got to get the ball up the court and at least get some kind of a shot off to have an opportunity. Once they did, they made a really nice play there where they ran against that zone and got that easy layup by Rachel, and those were big plays. If you just have the composure to hang on to the basketball and the confidence to hang on to the basketball.
Well, let's dive into our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. Before we do, we've got a final score on a Strawver Cellular Instant Radio update. Pella girls beat Carlisle 73-61. So each of the Tulip City girls clubs in action tonight. Each of the Tulip City girls clubs victorious tonight. All right, our Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. For my money win, I'm going to Jessa DeVries as our key player of the game because she got some offense going, got the three-point barrage. She and Chloe Snyder combined for 5 three-pointers. Jessa also did a really nice job. I mean, the Eagles turned it over too many times, but when they were able to break the pressure and able to keep possessions alive, a lot of it was because of Jessa and Faith Kakmarinsky with their ball handling. So Jessa, total package tonight, I thought our player of the game,
yeah,
but a lot of contenders.
Jessa did a nice job. She had an 0 for night against I think it was PCM. Didn't hit a single basket, and so that was kind of tough for her. She was able to hit 3 threes tonight. I think she was 3 for 5 on the threes. Yep. She was 3 for 6 total on the night. Made 3 free throws, so she had a really nice game. Didn't have any rebounds. Had, like I said, a few too many turnovers, but she's bringing the ball up a lot, yep, and she's given a foot away to everybody that's guarding her. So I mean, that makes it difficult when they threw the double team at her.
And as far as my money for the play of the game, you mentioned earlier. A really nice against a 2-3 zone, went from top of the key, high post, bounce pass, baseline, layup for Rachel Kakmarinsky. But the game-winning shot at 42-42, Rachel Kakmarinsky had it right on the right elbow, and she knocked it down for a 2-point jump shot. That was the winning bucket, and then a couple of free throws for Chloe Nickel. But that basket by Rachel, our Hormel Foods radio key play of the game.
I think the key, that was a key offensive play right there. I think that really the key to the game there was late in the game when they was still tied. They missed, we was up, I think, 1, and they missed. Chloe got that defensive rebound and then got fouled. I think that was a huge rebound right there. And then to come down and make the 2 free throws.
Cash them in, baby.
Yeah, that put them up by 4, and that was the end of it.
All right, that's our Hormel Foods radio key play and player of the game. Looking for a key to your new career? Visit HormelJobsKnoxville.com. Faith Kakmarinsky is going to join us in just a second, but Wynn, I want to give you a chance to go with your closing thoughts in closing, presented by Leighton State Bank.
Well, it was a good win for the girls. Helps get their confidence back up. I mean, they were, it's a home game. They got a tough game tomorrow night against a very good Norwalk team, so they know they've got to get ready to play. They, again, with this many freshmen and sophomores, juniors, really only one senior that saw any kind of playing time at all. It's difficult, and they got to just continue to learn. They shot the ball really well tonight, shot 47%, and really did with the exception of the turnovers, which has got to get cleaned up, but that's what you're going to have when you have young players. They just don't have those ball handling skills yet.
Wynn Veenstra's closing thoughts, presented by Leighton State Bank. Grow strong with us. See you down the road, my friend.
I hope so somewhere.
All right, Faith Kakmarinsky joins us after this 1-minute timeout inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. Final score, the Pella Christian girls 46, Van Meter 42.
Drain clogged, water heater not heating, tired of that kitchen faucet and want it replaced? Maybe you have a major problem with your plumbing or pipes. Call Bergman Plumbing. Bergman Plumbing has been serving their customers since 1974 for both residential and commercial clients. Bergman Plumbing is now serving Knoxville, Pella, Indianola, and the surrounding areas with their quality and professional service.
How do I contact them?
Call 515-576-1149. New to the area, but not new to fixing your home problems.
Something big is happening at Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee Fuel Saver is now Hy-Vee Perks. Get the same great benefits like Hy-Vee Fuel Savings, plus save even more on hundreds of products store-wide with Hy-Vee Perks prices like Hy-Vee Fresh Ground Beef, Hy-Vee Perks price, $2.99 a pound in a 3-pound roll. Hy-Vee shredded cheese, Hy-Vee Perks price, $1.99. And Hy-Vee chicken noodle or tomato soup, Hy-Vee Perks price, just 59 cents. Make the switch or sign up and start saving today. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Welcome back inside of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. It's our continuing coverage of Pella Christian girls basketball on KNIA KRLS. I'm Trevor Castle. We're joined now by Faith Kakmarinsky. The Pella Christian Eagles pick up a big victory, non-conference action on Thursday night. Final score, Eagles 46, Van Meter 42. Faith, congratulations on the win. How does it feel?
It feels awesome, especially after last week. It was a hard week, and coming out getting this win was just amazing.
What was so hard about last week, and how do you guys feel like you responded here this week and tonight?
Well, last Friday against Oski, we lost in a close one. We were up by 9 going in the fourth quarter. Kind of same thing tonight. And we didn't pull it out last Friday, but we did tonight. So that was awesome to get over that hump that we couldn't get over last week.
And it was looking, a little iffy tonight, right?
Yeah,
you have a 37-26 lead to start the third quarter, and all of a sudden it becomes 42-42 with a couple of minutes left. What was Coach Foudy telling you in the timeout once it got to a tie game?
Just to stay calm and have composure with the basketball. We were letting their defense get too overwhelming for us, and we just had to play our game.
All right, and you did down the stretch, and your sister ends up with the game-winning shot at a 42-42 game. She's wide open right around the free throw line. Didn't look like she wanted to take that shot. She did. She knocked it down. How did that feel for you watching her make a play like that?
It was awesome. I was screaming at her. She was wide open, and I was like, shoot it! And then she finally did, and it just feels awesome being the older sister, and it's like those are the things that just make it so awesome, playing with your sister.
It seemed like there were times tonight where, as a team, you were a little bit hesitant to shoot the ball, but nice in that moment. Again, little hesitation, but she stepped up and knocked it down. Has Coach talked to you at all about being, more willing to shoot, aggressive to shoot, or what's kind of the conversation around that?
Yeah, he has. We're a young team, so people are still learning. They're still getting used to the pace of the game. But like Rachel just needs to be willing to shoot those shots. She's a great shooter, and she just needs to be confident in that.
All right, so that made it 44-42. They still had a chance. You get a stop. Chloe Nickel had not played much tonight, got a huge rebound, and then goes to the free throw line where she had not made one yet this year, and then goes 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Can you kind of talk about that stretch and what it was like seeing Chloe doesn't get a lot of playing time, but 2 massive points?
Yeah, that was huge. Chloe's just such a great player. She's usually a defensive player because she's just so aggressive, and she got that rebound, and I knew when she went to the free throw line she would knock him down, and she did. And that's just awesome seeing someone who's usually more defensive come through on the offensive side.
Faith Kakmarinsky is joining us to talk about Pella Christian's 46-42 victory over Van Meter on Thursday night. One of the things you guys did great tonight, my count, was 33-24 on the rebounding side of things in favor of the Eagles. I had you for 7, I had Rachel for 8, I had Addie for 9. Talk a little bit about what you're doing down on the glass to pull all those in.
Yeah, that was another thing that we worked on this week. Against Oski, towards the end, they got a lot of offensive rebounds. That's something we worked really hard in practice this week. So going through that and doing our game plan was really crucial tonight.
Well, and Van Meter, they don't have the size like Foster, last week against you guys, but they have a couple of girls that are pretty big, right? So it seemed like you guys were willing to go down there and battle with them.
Yeah, we're becoming more aggressive, and that's just key in all aspects of the game.
Got to make shots as well. And, you made the other thing I want to ask you about is Jessa DeVries made 3 3-pointers. Chloe Schneider made a couple of 3-pointers. And 2 players that have struggled a little bit shooting the ball. How key was it for them to make some big shots?
So key. Again, they're freshmen. They're still learning how to do things, and confidence is key for them. They're struggling a little bit with confidence, and to see them get those shots, that's just huge for them and huge for our team.
Can you see that confidence building a little bit as the season is kind of crawling along here a little bit?
Yeah, for sure. Coach Foudy's doing a great job of encouraging us, so then that confidence is growing because they know that he trusts them, so then they're willing to take those shots.
Only your second game at home, and the student section was bringing some energy tonight. It had to be fun to play in front of the home crowd.
It was so fun. They were so good.
All right, you have a very tough task, quick turnaround for a Friday night game against Norwalk. They're the number 3 team in Class 4A. They're undefeated, haven't lost a game. What has Coach Foudy told you about them, and what are you expecting to happen tomorrow night?
We know that Bailey Birmingham is good, but we just have to do our things, try to have less turnovers. We're still trying to work on that, and just continuing to build confidence and team unity.
What is the key to the turnover situation? What are things that you guys are working on to try to kind of rein that in?
Having composure with the basketball. We don't want it in our hands sometimes, so we're just trying to give it up. And then we also are some people are still getting used to how fast gaps close. So just getting more reps and just, having confidence and knowing that we can have the ball in our hands.
Do you like these young players? You've talked about that a couple of times. Do you like what they're doing and how they're kind of coming along and you're coming together as a team?
Yeah, they're doing great. Yeah, I love playing with them.
And it's fun to win, isn't it? After 4 in a row on the wrong side of things, get that W. Congratulations, Faith. Thanks so much for joining us.
Yep.
All right, that's Faith Kakmarinsky of the Pella Christian girls basketball team. Eagles improved to 2-4 here on Thursday night with a big victory. Pella Christian 46 and Van Meter 42. I'm Trevor Castle for KNIA KRLS Sports, and we'll come back with more of our Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show right after this on KRLS and on the Pella Christian YouTube channel.
Folding a fitted sheet, programming the thermostat, matching your socks. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with an auto owner's insurance independent agent, getting the right coverage for your home doesn't have to be one of them. So you can get back to more important things, like finding that missing sock. That's simple human sense.
Ask me, Lance Klein, at the Verduff Agency in Pella, if auto owners make sense for you.
Right now, new and current customers can get any phone for free at US Cellular, so you can connect with all your family members this holiday season. You can even call your aunt, who always makes you talk to your cousin, who's a dog. Or, maybe just send her a festive text. Get the gift of connection at US Cellular. Get any phone free today. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. US Cellular, built for us. Visit Strawber Cellular, your locally owned authorized agent for US Cellular in downtown Pella.
And for one final time, we welcome you back to the Cabinet Design of Pella radio post-game show. Our final score, Pella Christian 46, Van Meter 42. Tonight's final stats are presented by the Verduff Agency. Jessa DeVries leads the Eagles with 11, Rachel Kakmarinsky with 10, 9 points for Faith Kakmarinsky, 6 for Chloe Schneider, 4 for Addie Van Arendonk, 3 for Karis Fickert, and 2 for Chloe Nickel. The Eagles out-rebounded Van Meter 33-24. As I mentioned in the interview with Faith, 9 for Van Arendonk, 8 for Rachel Kack, 7 for Faith Kack. Great job on the boards for the Eagles. They did turn it over 28 times, too many turnovers, but despite that, they get the 46-42 victory. 16 points for Finley Netton to lead the Van Meter Bulldogs. Tonight's final stats presented by the Verduff Agency. Let Chad, Lance, or Larry examine your stats and customize an insurance plan for you. The Verduff Agency providing complete courteous service to the Pella area for nearly 100 years. Well, what's coming up? Wired by Centerpoint Electric, we make a trip to Warren County tomorrow night. It's Pella Christian at Norwalk at the NPEC, and I'll be there with Mike Effner. He's our Norwalk voice of the Warriors. He and I will be on the call for Pella Christian at Norwalk, a girl-boy doubleheader. It's going to be a tough task for the Eagle girls against the number 3 4A Warriors, and then a big showdown between two Little Hawkeye Conference state tournament hopefuls in the boys game. Pella Christian at Norwalk tomorrow night, right here on 92.1 KRLS. That's what's coming up, wired by Centerpoint Electric. If you have an electrical project coming up, trust the experts at Centerpoint Electric in Pella, wired for excellence. That's a wrap on the Cabinet Design of Pella radio postgame show. At Cabinet Design of Pella, they expand and enhance your ideas beyond your expectations. Call Mike Blom, the Cabinet Guy, at Cabinet Design. Thanks to Frank and his crew. Great work on the Pella Christian YouTube channel. For Wynn Veenstra by my side, Kathy Molly back in the KNIA KRLS studios. I'm Trevor Castle. Thanks for listening to Pella Christian Basketball, powered by Bank Iowa. Final score, Eagles 46, Van Meter 42.